Yeah. We won't bow down. Yeah. Yeah. They shut the gate too fast. Call it peace, call it class. But I see who they wave through, and I see who they ask to move. Porch lights on the same old block, same old story, same old talk. If your skin says you don't belong, they can make a wrong look strong. But the fences don't define us, and the fear they feel will blind us. Every face they try to hide still stands right here tonight. Keep us out, keep us out, keep us out. We know what that is about. Keep us out, keep us out. We won't bow down. Keep us out, keep us out, keep us out. Your fear won't right the route. Keep us out, keep us out. We won't bow down. Names get tossed like stones from a driveway built on loans. They pointed brown hands first, then pretend they don't rehearse. But the steps on every street carry more than whitewashed dreams. We belong where we stand, no permission in our hands. Yeah, and the silence won't protect you when the pattern keeps on showing. Every wall they build in pride makes the truth come back alive. Keep us out, keep us out, keep us out. We know what that is about. Keep us out, keep us out. We won't bow down. Keep us out, keep us out, keep us out. Your fear won't right the route. Keep us out, keep us out. We won't bow down. Let it crack, let it show. Every lie they try to grow, one by one the voices rise till the whole thing can't disguise. Keep us out, keep us out, keep us out. We know what that is about. Keep us out, keep us out. We won't bow down. Keep us out, keep us out, keep us out. Your fear won't right the route. Keep us out, keep us out. We won't bow down.
What it do, guys? It's your boy, the Juice. As you all know, my name is Troy Bradshaw, but I go by the Juice. Big welcomes, guys. Good to see those of you that are chiming in tonight. I really wasn't even sure if I was gonna go live tonight, but I was like, you know what? Let me get on for a couple hours here. I had a lot of weighing over my head, of course, when it comes to the two cases that we've been covering. Nolan Wells being one of them, Nancy being the other as of right now. Man, has there been a lot of things trending lately? It's been crazy. A lot going on with the Nancy Guthrie case, a lot going on with Nolan Wells. Tonight I want to just kind of have an open discussion, pretty much as usual, and share a few new details that have been surfacing for sure. Another thing is what that I wanted to mention too, is even though I'm only covering Nolan Wells tonight, if you do want to have a discussion about Nancy, I'm okay with that. Just FYI. Also, another thing is I like to just to remind everybody all on this channel, I like to deliver facts. And if they're not a fact, I definitely make sure that you don't quote me on it until otherwise. Another thing I will be making sure I do on my channel as well is to debunk the things that I may have mentioned if that comes about. So just FYI for the record here. So anything that I share on this platform here, let's say perhaps one day it just, comes about that it just turns out that it's not true and we've been saying it's true on this channel, I will make sure I debunk that. However, I'm pretty good about most of the time, making sure I'm not quoted on certain things that we're just not sure of. But as usual, I want to dive into some new trending details. And as always, I try to dig a little bit deeper into things thoughtfully. But on the bright side of things, I would like to share a couple videos tonight that have been relatively interesting. We have 3 new arrests in the Nolan Wells case. Unfortunately, it's not anybody that's responsible for Nolan Wells' death. However, it is 3 people that are being arrested for threats surrounding the Nolan case, to family members, to friends. It's been getting crazy, guys. It's been heating up lately. It has been heating up. And I don't even want to waste no time here because, of course, as always, I want to open up these phone lines here. I started to look in a little bit of StreamYards, guys. I'm getting there. I haven't quite got there yet. I was thinking about opening it up with StreamYards tonight, but I'm like, nah, not tonight. We'll wait for another night to start some StreamYards because I still got to learn how to navigate StreamYards, although it should be fairly easy considering I navigate OBS. It's just I've been using OBS for so long. I don't even know how to leave OBS. I never will leave OBS, as a matter of fact, but I will try other platforms that I can stream on, or apps, I guess we could call it. So anyway, without further ado, shall we chime into a little prayer here, of course, before we get started with any details that we've learned in the Nolan Wells case here. Feel free to join me here for those that love to join for prayer. Prayer for Nolan Wells, the family, the people out there that are struggling, our loved ones, our friends. Prayer for all and everything in general. Dear Heavenly Father, I just wanted to take this time to just remind you of how grateful I am, just to, get up, go to work every day, be on this platform, and just to breathe and just enjoy life itself. Father, I want to thank you for just bringing these lovely, wonderful people to the channel, and just I wanted to ask that you just watch over the family of Nolan Wells, the people who are representing this case, and even the ones on the other side. We just hope for the best outcome in this case. And Father, I pray that no one is responsible for the death of Nolan, and and hope that it was accidental. And we don't want anybody to die in this world, of course. However, it is a tragic situation, Father, and I just pray and hope that we get the best outcome. Let's continue to just watch over all of our friends, our families, and look out for one another. And just keep us all safe, and continue just to keep us motivated and moving forward in the right directions, to just get the best results out of life. In dear Jesus' name, amen. And briefly, we'll take a brief moment of silence here, of course. Justice for Nolan Wells. Justice for Nancy Guthrie. So without wasting any time here, I'm going to just jump right into some details that we've been that we've discovered tonight. So as of today, we'll start with the 3 people that are facing charges in separate federal cases, guys, in which they are accused of making threats connected to the Nolan Wells death investigation. Who shall we start with first tonight? Well, I think we shall start with Mr. Edward James Porter. It goes on to say here in the reports say, Edward James Porter, Berwyn, Illinois, is facing federal charges filed in Jackson County of transmitting threatening communications. According to the federal court records, Porter is accused of threatening to kill or injure 2 witnesses in the Jackson County investigation into Wells' death following a 4th of July boat trip to Horn Island. It states that according to records obtained by ABC News, Wells chose to stay behind on the island with the girl he met when his friends went back to the mainland. Wells never made it back. His body was found near Horn Island 2 days later. Christopher Clark, an agent with the Mississippi Office of Homeland Security, said in a federal affidavit that on July 31st, Porter is accused of calling the two witnesses and saying he was going to kill them and their families. A man from Sacramento, California, and Cincinnati, Ohio woman are facing similar federal charges. It states that Michelle Edwards is accused of making bomb threats during more than 20 calls to George County Clerk's office, and minutes later, 10 similar calls to the Jackson County Sheriff's Office. Joseph Alfredo Vasquez DeMars, I want to say, if I said that name correctly, I may have said it wrong. And my Funko Pops are falling, of course. We got to get a better shelf. So Joseph is accused of sending a threatening direct message on Facebook to a Jackson County court judge, according to an affidavit from FBI Special Agent, I believe it's Brode Gibson. The message threatened to blow up the judge's office. These threats are getting crazy, guys. I mean, these guys got to have some respect for the family, the friends. I mean, but it's threats going everywhere. It's not just aimed directly at the family. It's getting crazy. This case is heating up like no other. Let me put my notes up here too. I like to get some notes going here. So I don't know what these guys are facing. I guess they haven't really said as of yet, but it looks like they'll be facing federal crime. I mean, it's because of the case being a federal case. Obviously, never interfere with an ongoing federal case, but because then you're at risk of facing federal charges, which is insane. But I'm assuming it's, they may bargain with them a bit when it comes to plea deals, and maybe they'll lessen some of these charges. I can't say or I can when it comes to, what these people have done, whether or not they deserve these charges or not. I mean, people are getting angry, and there's been a lot of conflict along with the confusion surrounding this case. So, I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, I don't know. But, I mean, it is foolishness. I really don't have much empathy for foolishness, to be honest. However, I mean, I just don't know what the charges are. I don't know what type of time they're looking at, so I can't say it's something that they deserve or not. However, they probably do deserve to be on some type of probation, I would say, at the very worst, yeah, or at the least when it comes to the worst case scenarios. But what a case. What a case. I got a very interesting video to share with you guys tonight. There's a lady who had spoke out. I think she's a TikToker or something like that. She had some really interesting details that she shared. And the crazy thing is they took the video down. Literally. They took this video down. Apparently this lady had said too much. And to be quite honest with you guys, it sounds very logical to the situation at hand here. We know Tatum. We watched him yesterday. Excuse me. We watched Tatum yesterday, and he was saying he didn't know why TMZ was putting out these posts when they were showing the boats, because they were numbering the boats yesterday when they made a post on the TMZ website, which is kind of understandable, because remember, there's supposedly about 4 boats that were all together amongst the group of friends. So this could be a very, very important piece of evidence. I'm hearing some rumors as well, guys, that they're trying to hold off. And I'm not too sure who, are trying to hold off on some of these dogs to come out and sniff one of the boats, because I'm overhearing, it's just something I overheard, that after roughly 30 days, I believe, it becomes very difficult for the dog to, get certain scents from the boat, to kind of determine some type of maybe foul play that may have took place on the boat. Originally, what I heard was they didn't want the cadaver dogs to come because of the dogs, being that the dogs could possibly contaminate the crime scene, which is one of the few boats that were out there. This audio has been trending like crazy. It is, as far as I know, the audio is yet to be debunked. So as of right now, I mean, it stands as it stands. It's not, we don't know if it's been, we don't know if it's still, we still don't know if it's legitimate audio or not. But from what I'm hearing, the audio is, it's being investigated. So they are looking into this audio a bit deeper. So we'll see what the outcome is on this specific audio here. It's getting real interesting. This case is heating up. I'm telling you right now, it's heating up. These parents must know, as we talked about yesterday, I think these parents must know something isn't right, something isn't adding up here. And I think a lot of us sense that. And like I said, with the 360 app, I truly think the mom of Nolan most definitely has something that she has seen, on that 360 app that we just don't know. And I think that they're withholding those details for evidence in court. As we know, this case is going, before a grand jury. So it's getting real ugly out there, but it is heating up, and this case is moving. It feels like this case is moving very fast. To be quite honest with you guys here. What else here? I mean, there's so many things cooking up here, though. I had something cooked up I wanted to share with you guys, though, and I can't recall exactly what it was. Anyways, that'll come back to me. I'm not even worried about that. I'm going to go ahead and, I'm going to play this video here because I want you guys to hear what this lady had to say that was sharing some details that seem like they might just be true. A gentleman by the name of Big Kish, I want to say his name is Big Kish, had shared this video. And let me see if I got it up here. I thought I had it ready, but it looks like I got the wrong one up here. Bear with me, folks. Where's the video? I had it cooked up and ready to go. Somebody's messing with me. Oh, this can't be it here. It's the wrong video. It's not the one we want to see. Big Kish. I'm fairly new to him too. I really haven't heard this guy too much. I kind of introduced myself to Big Kish after watching or getting into this Nolan Wells case. Did he take the video down? No, he didn't. Okay.
What?
So I got some tea for y'all. This is some interesting tea here. I mean, this is rather interesting. This might change some people's minds here. Big welcomes those of y'all tuning in, by the way. I didn't get to say hello to those of you guys in the chat. Flicker Fade, good to see you. DJ, good seeing you. Big welcomes, DJ. Captain Obvious, welcome. Kelly, welcome back. Valerie, good seeing you guys. Mimi, Domsey, good seeing you, Domsey. Big welcomes, folks. Good to see you guys chiming back in here. Much love to you all. I know Criminal Network is live over there, as well as 857. They're probably covering some Nancy tonight, of course. Anyway, let's just get right into this here. This is a good video here. Gotta do it.
Screen record, do whatever you gotta do. Y'all get this video. Make sure it is saved. There's this TikToker who goes by the name of J Megan, and she went in. I'm talking about she do a lot of research. She do a lot of investigating. We still gonna keep everything all alleged, but the video is nowhere to be found. I found the video because somebody else is reacting to it, and I want y'all to get it, save it, because obviously she's on to something, because it's scrubbed from her page. It ain't on her page. So I'm gonna be quiet and I'm gonna just let it ride out. I believe she's saying something important. I want y'all to listen to how she mixed Tatum into some big wigs. And she got some important people in here. I'm telling you, I believe she said something that she wasn't supposed to say, and she had to take it off her page. Check it out, y'all.
Before I dive into this video, I want y'all to go follow J Megan. She's been on this NOLAN WELLS case since the beginning, and she's very great in finding details, discrepancies, lies. She's very well diverse in connecting the dots. She knows exactly how to do it. She has time for the research. She goes in depth with it. And I want you all to, and I'm gonna shorten the video, so if you really want to go see the entirety of the video.
Look what somebody say. They took this off of her page. Oh, really? That's why I said this video is important. It's very important, y'all. I'm telling you, this joint is important.
Go to J Megan's page and you can find it. But I'm gonna bring something. I'm gonna kind of make it kind of short, and then watch to the end, and it's gonna surprise you. It's gonna be a bombshell.
It's a bombshell.
And now we will understand.
It's a bombshell, y'all.
Tatum is so connected to this case. It's a bombshell. It's a doozy. Watch it.
Now, wait a minute. So Warren already had a boat hooked up when he woke up that morning. I'm assuming that had to be the Triton that was hooked up, right? Then he said that Wyatt went and put his smaller boat, the Palm Beach, into the water. Then Warren said that he was the one who drove the Palm Beach to their friend's dock. Assuming that Wyatt drove the Triton to the dock and Bart drove his own boat to that dock, who drove the Palm Beach out to the water then? Because he said that he got a ride in with Bart, even though at one point during the interview he said all of his stuff was on the Palm Beach. So it sounds to me like Warren was the one driving the Palm Beach. I'm also like, what parent would let their kid, who's obviously going off to party, take two of their boats and let their drunk friends drive? Like, it isn't making sense to me. I mean, maybe these parents are just shitty parents and irresponsible. Then he also said that he contacted Bart that morning to see if he could come. And Bart was like, yeah, I can give all your friends a ride, blah, blah, blah. According to him, there were 10-ish people, 15 people on that boat. So where were those people originally supposed to ride in on? They'd been planning it for weeks. They were excited about it. Why did Bart have to suddenly step in and take all these people? And remember, Bart said that his dad had canceled going out on the boat that day, so he could do it. Something's not adding up here. I think there was an adult somewhere in this mix. It would also explain how they all thought quickly on their feet with the sea tow. I wouldn't be surprised if an adult didn't come out there and just go off with other adults that were also on Horn Island and let the kids hang out with the boats. Here's where things are going to get interesting, folks. There are more GPS coordinates in the report than what we have seen publicly. I'm going to play you a clip from the interview, but
of course, and we just said this. Remember, I mean, we haven't even got the GPS timeline from the mother, and of course that's not going to be revealed until later. Another thing is Tatum, Mr. Tatum, there might be some ties to Tatum in this case because of his prior work history. She's going to share that at the end. And also, real quick, I forgot to mention there is a new update on the timeline as well.
remember, at 5:30 is when they started picking up regular speed, all right? It's right here, 525, speed miles, 30 to 35 knots. So here we go.
Planed off and you have water in the boat and you're hauling, we're going pretty fast. We're going probably 40, 42 miles an hour. And so all that excess water that was built up in the boat is coming out of the boat. So, that's what we had to do. So we ran into Fort Bayou, and we didn't just run straight to my buddy's grandparents' house. We ran into Fort Bayou. A couple of us jumped in the water, and Wyatt, the whole reason for the stop was so Wyatt could hop in and put the plug back in the boat. So then after that, we went and docked it, and I went back to my buddy's house, and we ate and, napped for a little bit. It was a long day at the islands.
Now, you heard him. He said that they took off going 40 miles an hour, and they didn't go to his buddy's grandparents' house, but they went to Fort Bayou to go do a plug thing. Except right here, 5:44, vessel arrives at El Camino Road. 8 minutes later, then it departs from El Camino Road and headed east into Fort Bayou. So right there, we have a lie. The boat did stop before going into Fort Bayou. 6 minutes later, it comes back to El Camino Road, and the vessel departed El Camino Road half an hour later, headed southwest to St. Martin Bayou, and then turned southeast into Biloxi Bay Bridge. Then they went back to the Bayou boat launch. Then the boat was taken to Cardinal Lane, which was Wyatt's residence. Now, because I am an absolute genius, I was able to find it. This was where they left and where they came back that day, then came back several times. Now, first off, why aren't we seeing footage of them returning that day? We know that Nolan was with them when they left. So why do they have the security cams from that morning, but not that night? Whose grandparents live there? Jax Patalo, whose family owns a pharmacy. It goes back deeper than that because George Patalo Sr., which is Jax's great-grandfather who is deceased, as it turns out, his great-grandfather was appointed and served on the staff of Mississippi Governor Cliff Finch. As you can see, I've confirmed Jax's relation to him. And as it turns out, Cliff Finch, well, he was in the Mississippi House of Representatives from 1960 to 1964 and supported racial segregation and backed the racist governor, to preserve segregation in the state. The federal grand jury conducted a 3-year-long investigation into his administration and several state agencies, and they were all accused of corruption and mismanagement. Finch was never found guilty himself, but some of his aides and appointees were indicted. And those sort of political connections seem to trickle down through the generations, so now we know why the governor got involved. And I started looking into the lawyer that's handling the defamation case from the Bart family. So from 2015 to 2018, he was state director of Americans for Prosperity. Then in 2018 to 2020, he was vice president of Stand Together while being vice president of Americans for Prosperity. Stand Together is a Charles Koch nonprofit, and Americans for Prosperity is a libertarian conservative political advocacy group affiliated with Charles Koch and David Koch. And if you don't know who the Koch brothers are, they're fucking evil. Guess who's one of the major funders for Turning Point USA? Major donors for the Koch brothers also are primary financial pillars for Turning Point USA, specifically their campus operations. And guess who used to serve as the director of urban engagement?
Did she cook or what? Now, I know she was talking really, really fast, but I want you to listen and pause it. Listen and pause it. Screen record it. She just dropped that. I seen another YouTube content creator who goes by the name of Tisa Tells. She reacted to it and I seen it. I went back to her page and it was scrubbed off. She is ruffling feathers. She even got a breakdown of the whole timeline with other information. She does a deep dive in the Nolan Wells case, y'all. Not saying that anything is facts either. We still going to keep it all alleged. But she had to say something to piss the people off. And you see how she put Officer Tatum in there? How he knows something? I'm telling you, bro. Ain't no way he just coming out like that and going as hard as he is. These people know each other. They connected. When that boy Tristan was on that couch and he said, oh, y'all don't know who y'all fucking with. These people are tight-knit. Oh, they tight-knit, all right. This is serious business right here. Y'all make sure y'all share this. If you couldn't screen record it, somebody will. Make sure you share this. Make sure you hype this video up
Man, what a crazy. That's so crazy. But again, like you said, we'll keep it alleged. We don't know for sure if this is a fact at all. But very interesting, which is crazy. I don't know who the Koch brothers are. I've never heard of them in my life. According to if it's who I'm thinking she's talking about, these people build a massive donor network, often called the Koch network. If that's if that's who that is, and I believe this is a very long time ago. But it seems like there is some history, and I don't know if that history plays a factor when it comes to this Nolan Wells case. And there's more. There's actually more,
Get this
which
out
is getting real interesting. But I don't know that this should be going this far, because I think the goal should be just be trying to get to the bottom of really what happened to Nolan Wells, and let the rest play out itself. If this is what it all turns out to be. And as far as Tatum goes, we'll get there right now in a minute. But I have to share this other video real quickly here. With and it's regarding Nolan Wells here. Let me pull that up real quick here. It gets even more a little twisty here. But again, all alleged. We'll keep it all alleged. We don't want to overthink this and make it into something else. However, she could have a point. She could very much so have a point. So here's this video here that I must show you here.
In Wells, I don't know, but I know I see a logo on this. And the logo says TMZ. So when I hear TMZ, that lets me know I need to take everything with a grain of salt. Are the times going to add up? I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm not pointing the finger at nobody. I'm just conveying the information that's out here, y'all. But when you look into these comment sections, the people is not feeling it. But before we get into it, y'all make sure y'all hype this video. Y'all make sure y'all are clicking that subscribe button. And y'all make sure y'all keep Nolan Wells' family in y'all prayers. Y'all ready? Let's get into it.
New photos just dropped in the Nolan Wells case. The United Cajun Navy has released their working report. The first image shows the original boat configuration. The report identifies boat number 1, boat number 2 and 3, and boat X, with Warren shown on Palm Beach. In this later image, boat X is no longer visible. The report says the boat configuration changed, but it cannot determine exactly when boat X left, where.
Hey, while y'all bullshitting, I'm looking at them flags that's out there. Not every flag was a USA flag. Some of them flags mean something else.
It went, or whether it's connected to Nolan's disappearance. Next, Nolan was reported to have arrived at Horn Island on the Triton. Here's one of the newly released images from the United Cajun Navy. Then
this is a newly released image from the United Cajun Navy, which tells us nothing.
Comes the shoreline photo represented as being taken around 4:50 p.m. By this point, boat number 2 is no longer in its earlier position, creating another checkpoint in the timeline. The report also references separate videos displaying times of approximately 3:23 and 4:27. Those timestamps have not yet been authenticated, but investigators say they could become important if verified. Now look at these witness statements. One places Nolan with a group around 5 p.m. Another witness disputes that account entirely. And finally, Caitlin B says her group was parked next to the area and that Nolan was nowhere in sight when they left around 7:30. The biggest takeaway, according to the United Cajun Navy, these images don't solve the case, but they do document changing boat positions, add a new timeline, and highlight the unanswered gap investigators are still trying to explain.
So they saying the reason why we haven't got the Mississippi autopsy on Nolan Wells is because they don't fall up under the public autopsy law, meaning they don't have to give it out to the public.
Nolan Xavier Wells' autopsy report back today. Let's get into it. Today is August 3rd, 2026. Okay, so listen to me. The guy that runs the Cajun Navy, who was on scene, on boots on ground when Nolan Wells was found, he had something to say about the autopsy report. Let me get into it. He literally says that Mississippi does not fall under the public autopsy law. So if the parents don't want you to ever know about his autopsy, you ain't gonna know. Listen.
But in Mississippi, an autopsy in Mississippi does not fall under the public records law. So they want to keep it secret. They may keep it secret. I don't know.
He also stated that Nolan was found in the water, but I thought he was found on land. I'm super confused. Listen to this clip.
Call your planes down. We've got a body in the water.
Okay, let me know what y'all think in the comments.
The only thing I could think of is that damn Stacey Turner is hiding something. That's all I could think of. No throat, no organs, no lungs. Man, something suspicious. With red discoloration in the back of the head. Man, stop playing, man.
I have a problem with the where and the who discovered Nolan Xavier Wells on July 6th, 2026. Let's start with the who. A National Park Ranger Service is the one that anonymously discovered Nolan Wells on July 6th, 2026 on the northwestern tip of Horn Island. The reason I have an issue with this is, why are they anonymous? Official documentation during active ongoing investigations require identification. This is not a random person. This is someone paid for by federal tax dollars. And if that is part of your job, and you discover a missing person or someone who was reported missing, why would their name not be released? We know other names have been released in law enforcement. The sheriff that said that we don't suspect foul play at the very beginning. Other officers' names were brought up. Why the one that discovered Nolan Wells? Why is this National Park Ranger Service individual, why is his or her name being withheld? In the where? Cajun Navy officials were flying around for 2 days looking for Nolan Wells. And all of a sudden, just a National Service Park Ranger just makes their way through and goes, oh, there he is. Now, there's some speculation that they missed him the first time as they walked by, but then saw him the second time. But not a boater saw him, not a camper saw him. No one saw him, not the United Cajun Navy officials. They didn't see him as he was flying over. The park ranger is the one that discovered him. Out of the blue, not from aerial view, from the bird's eye view, but from ground. And that individual is still anonymous. I'm sorry, but something's not adding up.
These boys been into boating ever since they were younger.
It's heating up. It is heating up. I mean, people are getting upset. So as far as the park rangers of the federal employees out there, when they find a body, the agency, according to sources, they typically supposedly do release the agency's name, the time and location, and the status of the investigation. The Rangers obviously not considered part of the incident or the investigation, but the Rangers, they didn't participate in this boat trip. They did not know Nolan Wells, and they're not a witness to the event leading to the death. They simply just discovered the body. But there are privacy and safety protocols. Okay, so federal employees in sensitive or high-profile cases are often shielded from public exposure, only to prevent things. And of course, this is obvious that they were going to do this. Of course. So it's mainly to prevent harassment, people doxing, people doing like political things when it comes to political pressure, I guess. And then there's some type of interference with their jobs, although they should be able to deal with certain situations. I mean, you would think that they'd be trained to deal with certain situations like this and continue, doing what they do. As far as the Mississippi public records go, there are personal privacy exemptions that they follow, okay? Which is probably weird to a lot of people. But according to exactly what this guy's saying, it's accurate. So the agencies have not released a name. There's not a journalist out there that has been able to publish one. Every outlet repeats the same thing as of right now, because that's all they have. They don't really have anything at all, which is crazy. Why wouldn't they publicly name this guy's name? And to what he's saying, why wouldn't they or why didn't the Cajun Navy stumble across this person? They're good, right? They're great. They usually do find. I mean, as far as my from what I've seen, the Cajun Navy is very good at doing what they do, and that's finding missing people or people that are found dead. And they are even so good that they are able to find other people that have that are a part of separate cases when they're looking for somebody else. So it's quite interesting. It is. However, this case has been huge when it comes to conspiracy. When it comes to stories, it's been huge when it comes to conflict. It is very easy to overthink a lot of things in this case. So I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. But let's continue here.
I'm not mistaken, one of the boys' grandfathers owned one of the boating companies. What in the hell makes you think that they don't know somebody that's a park ranger? They all know each other. When I say that they all connected, I don't just be saying that shit. They are really connected. Oh, you got something going on? Hold on, let me call my buddy. They all connected, bro. They are not going to try and get no real answers for Nolan Wells. And this is why so much time has been going by without nobody coming out speaking.
All right, we're going to pause right there just real quick for the record here, because I know a lot of people don't know this, and we haven't shared this on the channel here at all yet. But Bart, which he didn't come out, at least for me. I didn't know anything about Bart until that audio came out. So his family owns the boat that was used on Horn Island. I don't know if Bart is the one who has the the boat company. No one really knows. I'm just saying, I just wanted to pause because I'm assuming that it could possibly be Bart, who is a family member. And I don't know if you guys know this, but or somebody in Bart's family. I don't know if it's him who has a family member that owns one of the boat companies. But it does. It's almost like this case is like quite similar to Nancy's, because we got a sheriff coming out, and the first thing he does is rule this no foul play. And it's almost like these guys, it's almost like how I feel with the Nancy case. It's almost like somebody feels sorry for somebody, so they're trying to cover something up. That's the vibe I'm getting, in this case here. It's quite interesting. But I do know Bart's family owns the boat that was involved, or one of the few boats. I don't know as far as any of the other boats. There's at this time, from what I've seen, there haven't been really any reports that mention any friends having a boat company though. So I don't know where he's getting this information from. However, it's something to look into, that's for sure.
They lawyered up. They got lawyers and shit all in their fam, judges and all of that shit. Dumb people ain't trying to get no answers, bruh. Who is these other people? Eli Jacks, Eric Alcantara, Morgan. People only be speaking about Wyatt, Katie, Warren, and Bart. Who the hell is Eli Jacks and Eric and Morgan? I think I heard Morgan though.
The state's autopsy is complete, but is being kept secret. Isn't an autopsy a public document?
Is there trauma to the body? Is there...
Hold on, let's go back. I want to go back and analyze this photo real quick, because I have yet to see this. And this is great because somebody asked me to do this the other day, get the picture of some of the friends that we've discovered in this case. And he's right. I've never heard of the Eli Jacks or the Eric person. We know Warren's one of the friends. We know Wyatt's one of the friends. I mean, all these people were friends. Katie was the one that he was on the boat or he was supposed to stay behind with Katie. We've heard of Morgan Samer. However, the two on the top, I'm not familiar with, so that might require a little bit of research here. However, because I've just never... I'm not familiar with the Eric guy. Alessandra. Does anybody know who that is? Interesting. We must look that up. Eric Alcantara Alcantara? Who is that? So we gotta look that up. Who the heck is that? Anybody heard of this guy? And then Eli Jax. We got to screenshot this. We need this. We need this photo. And I meant to do that. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't get to divide all the photos up for each name that matches each person. But also some of these people, for the most part, it seems like they've got a picture of everybody. But there were a few I had a tough time finding. All right, we'll continue this here.
Eric Alcantara Morgan. People only be speaking about Wyatt, Katie, Warren, and Bart. Who the hell is Eli Jax and Eric and Morgan? I think I heard Morgan.
We've heard Morgan. We've heard Morgan.
The state's autopsy is complete, but is being kept secret. Isn't an autopsy a public document?
Is there trauma to the body? Is there something that happened?
That's what the family is saying. They don't believe he died by accident. That's the reason why Nolan Wells' mom is saying, I don't believe this.
Why is it being kept hidden from us, the public? What is in that autopsy, the first autopsy of Nolan Wells?
Her theory has always been that he did not drown. Her theory has always been that there's something wrong with this picture. There are additional questions that needs to be asked.
They are keeping that guy's name private. Whoever the Eric guy is, he is not. Nothing is coming up for me. I will definitely be looking into that tonight for sure. I've never heard of that guy in this case at all. Very interesting. That one's the one who's raising a red flag for me for sure. Not a red flag in a bad way, just in a sense of just kind of curiosity here. Who is that? Wow. What's going on, Marie? What's going on in the chat here? You everybody good? Jeez, relax, guys, relax. All right, much love, Marissa. Good to see you in chat, by the way. Bart's the one who towed the boat. Yeah, we're aware of that. However, we don't know whether or not that they own a boat company, though, or who that is. The attorney can get it. Which attorney? There's a lot of attorneys in this case. Well, I think there's one attorney representing all of the boys from what we saw yesterday, for the most part. Anyway, let's continue this video, and then we'll chop it up here in a sec.
Picture. There are additional questions that needs to be asked.
Katie, girl, you had me fooled. I really thought that them receipts was really gonna help you, but you had us all fooled. Girl, ain't this you? Hold on. But Katie,
wait,
on that boat.
Wait. Go back.
Ain't this you too?
Go back.
But you had us all fooled. Girl, ain't this you? Hold on.
That looks like Katie to me, but who is she with?
But Katie, on that boat, girl, ain't this you too?
Damn.
And ain't that you and your friend girl when you was hugging the girl, hugging her? That's you and her on Bart's boat. And then this is you too, Katie, on that boat that them thugs allegedly gave to Rayson Tatum and said that was proof that it was the video when they were sinking.
Pause. Right? So the reason why, and I know this is kind of off to what she's saying right now, but it just came to mind here. So the reason why, to me, the timeline is so important here is because, first of all, I took notice in the beginning that the timeline is very suspicious because of the fact that they went to Fort Bay. For me, it stuck out to me the most, the fact that they went to Fort Bayou more than one time. To the point that TikToker made, it makes it even more interesting due to the fact that we got the footage of them leaving, but we really don't have any footage of them getting back. And as far as where they returned, I don't recall them returning back to where they originally left off, and I think they're naming it the main dock, in other words. But I found it very suspicious that these guys were going to Fort Bayou, because why are they going there if the boat is having issues and, they're not even sure. They weren't even able to get to the bottom of whether or not this boat was going to continue having issues or not. Nonetheless, we do gotta keep in mind that there's more than one boat. And the suspicion that's been kind of surfacing today is the fact that, or not even the fact, the question is, did they swap boats at any point in time? And if they did, why? Not swap boats in a sense of them switching boats, in a sense of like kind of boat hopping. Did they just get on another boat and then travel somewhere else so that maybe we would have a hard time tracking their GPS locations? Perhaps, people aren't taking notice that there were other boats there originally, but now we're starting to kind of take notice that there are other boats that were there. So now it's like, okay, so we need to get this GPS on all of these boats to see where these boats went, to see if, something's not adding up here. And is it suspicious to us all? Because to me it is, or to you guys, if they may have went to another boat because something really actually did happen here. That would be my question here. And what was the purpose and intent of going to Fort Bayou? And if they did go there, what did they do there? I'm assuming the intent was there was another party there. What goes on at Fort Bayou? I don't know anything about that place. Is it similar to Horn Island? What is that intent for? Why did they go there? Why didn't they just stay at Horn Island? Were they tired of Horn Island? Did they want to go to another island? Did they need to meet somebody? Is there somebody that works on boats? I don't know. Why did they go to a different island though? Ocean Springs, whatever you call it.
Right. Same bathing suit, same hat. Girl, you've been lying to us. So it's you and old girl voice on that. I'm at Ben. So it was the video when they were gave to Rayson Tatum.
Remember, when we hear that person calling Nolan, it sounds like a girl who's calling Nolan's name. And based on what she's saying, to me, the question is it Katie? Was that Katie who yelled out Nolan's name? If, only if, it turns out that audio is legitimate audio.
And said that was proof that it was the video when they were sinking, right? Same bathing suit, same hat. Girl, you've been lying to us. So it's you and old girl voice on that. I'm at Ben Crump and Miss Christine, because you probably been lying to them too. I mean, we know there's a grown woman on there too. But girl, you lied. You lied. So which one you want to do? Do you want to be like the people on the 48 Hours say, do you want to be a witness? Mm-hmm. Or do you want to be a suspect? Girl, you've been lying this whole time. Ooh. Oh, also, you knew that they've been spelling your name wrong, because your name isn't Katie McCormick. It's Katie McCormack. Y'all didn't catch that either. But anyways, girl, you better make up your mind which side you want to be on, because them is not your friends. They not.
I know that Christine and Nolan's father are good people, because they ain't got to explain a goddamn thing to y'all. They don't got to explain how they grieving. They don't have to explain how they're responding. They don't have to explain nothing. Nathaniel. They lost their child. They are the people who are victims in this situation, no matter how their child was lost. So them seeking answers and wanting to know what happened to their child is what any good parent would do. Wanting them not to ask questions and not to seek justice for their child who is no longer here is what makes you all bad parents. Because if you think for 1 second that a parent shouldn't be trying to cross every T and dot every I in the case of their child's death, you're confused. You're confused. These are clearly parents who love their children. Because anyone who would just sit down and take what is happening and be railroaded and not ask questions about their child's death is not a parent who is loving their child. And honestly, the level of strength that it takes for them to be able to do that while grieving their child.
Well said.
Is incredible. So
well said.
I just want y'all to know that I'm already knowing that they good people, because I would have been cussed y'all asses out.
That was under the age of 18 drinking and doing drugs. I'm letting you know right now
Hold on, let's pause there. By the way, before we even, speaking of Nolan Wells' parents, which I mentioned in the beginning, were very strong people. I believe Nolan's mother, and I can't say when this was. I'm not 100% sure, but I think she sends a shout out to all the content creators, okay? And here it is here.
Let me say this. My husband and I are going to continue to advocate. I know so many people are like, oh my God, you need to stay off social media. You need to give it a break. Well, just know I'm not on social media all day. I'm not. I've been heavy in my Kindle. And then, of course, too, I have other children that I take care of. But occasionally I do pop on. Most of the time I just post, come off. But trust and believe that I'm doing the things I need to do to take care of my mental. And sometimes posting does feel nice because I get to check in with my different boo bears and see how everyone is doing. But what
hey, woman, hey, listen here, to Nolan's mother. You don't owe anybody an explanation. You don't even have to explain. We know you're a great mom. We know you're out here taking care of what you need to take care of. We know, and we are fully aware that you have other children as well. No need to explain. God bless her. We wish their family the best. We're praying for them. And it's not hard to do some research to figure out, what really kind of goes on to get a drift of what's going on. But don't let this community affect you. And, and she's keeping it real. Don't let them make you think you gotta give an explanation for anybody. She doesn't deserve that. She doesn't owe that to anybody.
Again, like, if you have an issue with me advocating and asking questions, I don't think I'm the problem, babe. I think you're the problem. I think you need to take a step back and ask yourself, why are you so triggered? Or what is causing you to be so upset that I am asking for answers? That is it. That is all. Never asked for special treatment, none of that. But there are just a lot of people who's bothered. But what I will tell you is that there are a lot more people who, despite the nasty negative narratives that are trying to be thrown out there, there's a lot of other people supporting me and my husband Elmore. And we just appreciate that. Just as parents, losing a child, I'm telling you y'all, it hits different. My mom passed away. It's going to be 8 years. And this hurt, I've said this in another video, this hurt is different. This is like a soul-wrenching hurt. Like, you feel like your heart is just being ripped out. Like, I don't even know if that's even a good way to describe this hurt, but yeah. But I just want to say thank you guys. Like, I'm telling y'all, like, thank you so much. Thank you to all the content creators who are using their podcasts, their platforms, all those things to make sure that Nolan's story is going. Like, I appreciate y'all. And I know I say thank you all the time, but even when I'm broken, like, I still need to give thanks, whether it's thanking the Lord for another day, thanking him for the time we had with Nolan, or just simply saying thank you to you guys for just loving on me and my family and your prayers. And I appreciate it. I'm sorry I can't get back to everybody because it is overwhelming, but just know I appreciate you and I love you. And I'm going to go clean up and get my life together.
One thing we can't normalize, and I want to address this and I want to be clear on this. One thing we can't normalize is this situation, but what we can do is we can normalize each other, and we can let people know that we are normal people and I'm just like you and we are no different from one another. to the case I've been covering for the past 5 months, this is a message for Savannah right here. Nothing against Savannah. I still like her. I still think she's a good person. I still don't think she has anything to do with the loss of her mother. But this right here, that's what we need. That is what we need from Savannah. We don't need to thank you for the content, but just the acknowledgement goes a long way. We don't need anybody's name specifically mentioned, as she did right now. She just literally just said, thank you to the content creators. Thank you to the people that are, covering the case on the podcast, on their podcast, to take time out their day to do this. And that's it. She kept it simple. She let the people know, hey, I'm watching. I know what's going on. Despite all the negative activity that is out there, people trying to change narratives and people trying to put the parents down and make threats. That is what we would like to see from Savannah. No disrespect to her, but it is the truth, and I got to keep it real. I mean, God bless this lady. God bless this lady for coming out, taking the time to do this. I mean, why not do this if you're Savannah? I mean, it's almost like she's a totally different person. I get it. Cases are, both of these cases are different, but that doesn't separate the fact of somebody coming out and letting the world know that they appreciate everybody. You can't just simply beg and not give thanks to or not, acknowledge, what people are trying to do. The community has been so helpful surrounding the Guthrie case. And I just had to bring that up because why hasn't there been any acknowledgement to the community when it comes to anybody in the Guthrie family? And if there has been acknowledgement, it has not been positive. And I rest my case there.
Out is incredible. So I just want y'all to know that I'm already knowing that they good people, because I would have been cussed y'all asses out.
Triton that was under the age of 18 drinking and doing drugs. I'm letting you know right now the Triton is the boat everybody wanted to be on because the boys' boat that rhymes with the name Smart is where everything went down.
What's going on in the chat? We letting the trolls get to us tonight? Sorry guys, I was trying to eat this burger and enjoy this video at the same time, but seems to be some commotion going on in the chat here. What is happening? I'm not too sure what the mix-up is, but mods, you guys already know how I kind of roll here. I mean, you guys don't have to acknowledge some of the BS that comes about in the chat, and I have to remind us all that this is what happens on this platform. People come in and they troll and they say stuff. But you can either time it out and keep it moving, or, keep it moving in a sense of like just ignoring them, and you don't have to hear them if you can time them out. And then we all hold the option to block the folks that are coming in saying irrelevant stuff to just get the best of your emotions. So don't let it get to you. We're literally listening to you. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had the mic muted, but I had to turn it back on real quick so I could talk to you guys in the chat. I'm done eating though. At least while I'm talking here. I'm almost done with my burger though. I haven't ate all day, guys, so I gotta eat something real quick to get some energy. But I mean, as mods, for people who are modding, don't let the folks get to you guys. Juice, I'm not taking death threats and doxing. Somebody's giving you death threats? Marie, all you have to do is block them. You don't have to respond to them and engage with whatever they're talking about. So if you're engaging with that and you're responding to them, then you're accepting the death threats by responding to them. You're not accepting it literally, but you're responding. I wouldn't even respond to that. Just people in here trolling. So I would recommend just blocking them or hiding them. If they come back, just continuously hide them, and that's all you can really do. But I wouldn't take that too serious, especially if these people don't even know you. I could understand somebody sending me a death threat right now that knows me, but I'm really not going to pay much mind to somebody that doesn't even know me at all sending me death threats. And I wish they would try to come in my house. It'd be the last time you come in here, trust me. Anyways, I'm going to continue this video here, though. It's just about done.
In this video alone, we see them all board you-know-whose boat. They never get on the Triton because the Triton is a $50,000 boat that the parents took. The kids were on the mother kiddie boat. Remember how they all boarded up and left? On the little baby kiddie boat, the Triton didn't move when they were on it. No one ever has a video or picture of them boarding the Triton. Like, that's why they keep saying Nolan was never on the Triton, because they never used the Triton for the 18-year-old antics. They were all on the other boat. Oh, and in these videos where we see everything going down, from the argument, the boys playing and jumping the fuck around, there are at least 4 boats that are in every motherfucking scene, and there are 2 adults on every boat, i.e. this one, the Sea Hunt. They are seen on this boat that says Garment at the top.
Oh my
they are seen
God. She is absolutely right. I didn't even think about that. Run that back. Oh my God.
I just want y'all to know that I'm already knowing that they good people, because I would have been cussed y'all asses out.
Triton that was under the age of 18 drinking and doing drugs. I'm letting you know right now, the Triton is the boat everybody wanted to be on, because the boys' boat that rhymes with the name Smart is where everything went down. In this video alone, we see them all board you-know-whose boat. They never get on the Triton because the Triton is a $50,000 boat that the parents took. The kids were on the mother kiddie boat. Remember how they all boarded up and left? On the little baby kiddie boat, the Triton didn't move when they were on it. No one ever has a video or picture of them boarding the Triton. Like, that's why they keep saying Nolan was never on the Triton, because they never used the Triton for the 18-year-old antics. They were all on the other boat. Oh, and in these videos where we see everything going down, from the argument, the boys playing and jumping the fuck around, there are at least 4 boats that are in every motherfucking scene, and there are 2 adults on every boat, i.e. this one, the Sea Hunt. They are seen on this boat that says Garment at the top. They are seen partying on the mysterious dead Katie's boat, whatever. They are also seen on this boat called the Palm Beach. This video came from a user on Facebook that recorded everything, and I'm telling you, this area that they were all in, all of these boats, as you can see, the Sea Hut, the Palm Beach, and the big Garmin boat.
All we do is gotta be patient. There is more to come out. Telling you.
They were on were all secluded and tied off with something like fishing wire, because this was their specific area for the day. This also included this boat, which was a blue boat that just so happens to have someone called Dr. Detail on it. I'll get to that later. I am telling you, the kids were not allowed on the grown folks boat, and there are so many different videos with grown folks in them. These are not your normal grown folks, and they strategically, all of them, have no posts from the 4th. And we know now, because of Officer Tatum, someone was actively going around that was an adult selling blow.
Service Sam here for
That
Nolan.
is crazy. Hold on, I gotta hear that one more time. Excuse her cursing,
Xavier.
but I gotta hear that one more time.
And then where we 18-year-olds are on the Triton. The Triton is a see them all board you-know-whose boat is where every.
That's why TMZ put these numbers of the boats out, because that's important. That's important. There's a twist here.
thing went down. In this video alone, we see them all board you know whose boat. They never get on the Triton because the Triton is a $50,000 boat that the parents took. The kids were on the mother kiddie boat. Remember how they all boarded up and left? On the little baby kiddie boat, the Triton didn't move when they were on it. No one ever has a video or picture of them boarding the Triton. Like, that's why they keep saying Nolan was never on the Triton, because they never used the Triton for the 18-year-old antics. They were all on the other boat. Oh, and in these videos where we see everything going down, from the argument, the boys playing and jumping the fuck around, there are at least 4 boats that are in every motherfucking scene, and there are 2 adults on every boat, i.e. this one, the Sea Hunt. They are seen on this boat that says Garmin at the top.
So in theory, what she's saying is, I think she's pretty much saying that pretty much Nolan got on a different boat, and he wasn't on the boat that the friends say that he was, that they're claiming that he wasn't on, that he obviously at some point got on a different boat, which is interesting, which is very interesting. So in reality, let's just say this, and I said this pretty much earlier just a second ago, Nolan could have got on a different boat, rode with somebody else, or rode with a group of other friends, however you slice it. And the friends that they're talking to and they're, addressing the situation with can pretty much say that he wasn't on the boat with them because he ended up getting on another boat. Remember, if there's 4 boats and we're only talking to 4 groups of friends, but there's like 16 other friends, and I don't think this is exactly her theory, but I'm just pointing this out. Whoever the situation that, and I'm sure it's going to be everybody at some point, but particularly the friends that have came out that they've been talking to could pretty much say that he wasn't on the boat with them when they left. However, in theory, they could probably, they probably know exactly what boat that Nolan could have got on or he was on, or they could have switched to a different boat at some point in time. So that way it doesn't look like that Nolan was on the boat with them, but in reality they were, but they were just on a different boat. I don't know. I'm just throwing these out there. I'm not saying that's what she's saying. But I'm just saying, that makes it a little bit more tricky. Perhaps there's 4 different boats. I don't know, guys. That's very interesting though. I like her theory though. But I'm just thinking of my own out loud, and I just think that just makes it a little bit more difficult to figure out what really happened here. But it sounds like to me, at the end of the day, we are going to need GPS from not 1, not 2, not 3 boats, but 4 boats. They're going to have to track down the GPS locations on, and if it comes down to it, they're going to have to figure out, if the case is so, the fact that Nolan got on one of these boats when they left and he really wasn't on the island, what boat he actually got on. But it's going to get more tricky and suspicious because depending on where these boats stopped might raise some attention here as to what really happened here. Not only that, here's something else that's interesting. Let's say Warren and his friends left on their boat, and we'll just even throw another boat in there. Let's just say Bart followed. Okay, so Bart follows. But we have 2 other boats, and we don't know where they went, or we can't, we don't know their location or whatever. We only have one GPS timeline, or we only have one timeline revolving around pretty much one situation. This timeline doesn't revolve around all of these boats that they're numbering. But let's just say one of those boats stayed behind and remained on the island. I think Tristan might not be being honest as well, as far as him speaking out loud and saying, hey, that wasn't Nolan that you heard fighting, because now we're learning that there was an altercation that took place that involved Nolan. Not saying that that's what led up to him dying. However, if it just turns out that one of these boats stayed on this island and Warren and those guys left and they decided, hey, we're going to go stop by Fort Bio or Bayou, whatever you call it. then it's going to be a little bit more interesting. And I think that could be possibly where we might be going. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I don't know. But as of right now, I mean, we'll stick to whatever's alleged. That is a fact. However, that is very interesting. Very, very interesting.
They are seen partying on the mysterious dead Katie's boat, whatever. They are also seen on this boat called the Palm Beach. This video came from a user on Facebook that recorded everything, and I'm telling you, this area that they were all in, all of these boats, as you can see, the Sea Hut, the Palm Beach, and the Big Garmin boat.
All we do is gotta be patient. There is more to come out. Telling you.
They were on were all secluded and tied off with something like fishing wire because this was their specific area for the day. This also included this boat, which was a blue boat that just so happens to have someone called Dr. Detail on it. I'll get to that later. I am telling you, the kids were not allowed on the grown folks boat, and there are so many different videos with grown folks in them. These are not your normal grown folks, and they strategically, all of them, have no posts from the 4th. And we know now because of Officer Tatum, someone was actively going around that was an adult selling blow.
Service Sam here for Nolan Xavier
Okay, I don't know about that other part as far as that, but you never know. I mean, there are plenty of adults out there that do sell, you know, blow or whatever type of drugs that may have been out there at that party or whatever. And, you know, and maybe one of the adults did sell drugs or one of the children. Either way, somebody ended up not wanting to be responsible for what happened, being that they are the person who had that stuff out there. If it led up to Nolan's death, perhaps maybe he did, you know, maybe he was under the influence of some type of drug, and you know, that's what took it led to death. That's what took place. Who knows? You know, I think there's only one or two things that could have happened here. Either, you know, and him dying it obviously could have happened in several ways. I think there was either an altercation that took place at one point in time that just got really out of hand. Well, let's say 3. Or, you know, accidentally, Nolan could have, you know, been under the influence of something, OD, or they got on the boat and something spiraled out from there. Those are the only 2 or 3 things that come to my mind when I think what could have possibly went wrong. Obviously, there's more thinking to do here because there's obviously more that could have happened. But as of right now, those 3 things come to my mind, and I'm still quite not there when it comes to trying to, you know, figure out what happened to him. And I probably won't ever get there until we just hear the details. Because we just don't have enough information anyways to figure out really what happened to Nolan Wells. But I don't know, guys. What do y'all think? Do you think he got strangled? I mean, they are keeping the throat for a reason, or they're just trying to you know, get to the bottom of what really happened to him. I know they're probably keeping the throat to see if he either choked or drowned, or was choked or drowned. But I don't know. I don't know. You know, what do y'all think? I don't know what took place here. What do y'all think in the chat, you know, may have happened to Nolan that went wrong, that may have led up to, you know, him being either, you know, unalived or his accidental death, because we don't know yet. Very, very interesting. I can't call it, man. I can't call it. I mean, I'm going to be honest, though. I still think that there is something that went wrong here in a sense of somebody being responsible for the fact that he's no longer with us. I do think that more than I think that this is an accidental death here. Very interesting, man. This is a tough situation, guys. It's tough. Nina says, I think Ben Crump will have to fight hard. The grand jury will be influenced by prosecutors. Indeed. And he's going to need a pretty good sufficient amount of evidence to prove, you know, that, you know, this death was provoked by somebody, or somebody, you know, actually killed Nolan Wells versus, the fact that it could possibly be an accident. It goes only two ways when it comes to how he is, why he's no longer with us, And one thing I'm certain of in this particular situation is I don't know Nolan Wells. I don't know his family. I don't know anything when it comes to Nolan Wells as far as having any knowledge of who or what type of person that he is. But I highly doubt Nolan would have killed himself. Highly, highly doubt that. He seemed like he was living a happy life. He seemed like he had a lot ahead of him for his future. I don't really see it leaning in that direction in the sense of him offing his own self. However, I do think the one of the two, which is them doing that to him, friends or somebody or somebody would be one of the adults, or the fact that he OD'd. Man, I just wish this would hurry up so we could figure this all out already. Why do you think you have to bring Ted into this very strong story about a lovely boy who lost his life? What's going on, chat? What's happening here? I myself want it to go to trial. I don't want it to go to trial unless they have good probable cause in the sense of the fact that it was someone who is responsible for the loss of Nolan Wells. If there's really no evidence, obviously I don't want them to not get closure. But if simply going to trial, having no suspect to point to, doesn't really sound like it's going to be an outcome that amounts to some type of closure. Because what happens, we go to trial, we don't have a suspect, we don't get to the bottom of this, we don't figure out who's responsible for Nolan Wells. Then we're back to where we were, which is where we are right now. So I think this case has moved pretty quickly as far as us. And I think I'm pretty confident in this case that some details that are being shared amongst the people, one of those people's information that's been put out there is, I think is true. Somebody's is. And I think this case is moving just that fast to the point I'm making is I think that eventually something is going to come to light that just won't go away in a sense of someone being responsible for this. And as Crump mentioned in the beginning, the people are talking. People are talking. People are speaking up. People are saying something. No one's just going quiet, although it feels like that because we're not behind the scenes. We don't get to see what the lawyer sees, so we don't know what's really going on. But the people are talking. And it might not even be public right now, but for all we know, they might even have a primary suspect right now. They might just have a primary suspect for the Nolan Wells case, for all we know. It just hasn't been made public yet. But why wouldn't they if it's going before a grand jury? I mean, they have to be able to put this on somebody if perhaps it is somebody that's responsible. They have to have some reliable, probable cause to, lean toward when it comes down to them pointing the finger at who's responsible. So, I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy. But it's just a matter of time. I'm telling you, this case is moving so fast right now that it's only a matter of time before we're talking about our primary suspect. I want to give it a week or two before we're gonna know like a lot more than we know right now. The grand jury is a front. We know they're not going to do nothing. I hope not, Gemini. I really do. But I mean, it does happen often, right? I mean, there are situations like this that don't pan out the way we want them to. I hope not. And it does sound like it could be a scare to provoke somebody to just want to come forward and tell the truth. And if that's the case, I think whoever it is scared for their life right now. With or without being responsible for what happened to Nolan. And that could be very much so why these boys have lawyered up, because they're in fear for their lives right now. Not just in the sense of somebody coming after them and killing them, but to the point where they could be held responsible for Nolan's death. And if they're innocent, they're innocent. But if they're not, they're not. I just thought Juice would want to know. Want to know what, DJ? What's happening? Ted is in the hospital. He tries to unalive himself per JLR. Wait, what? No. Nina says, I think that the state would not want to be a racist issue, whether it is a murder or not. Therefore, this is going to be a very tough situation. Of course, I hope it would be an accident, but yeah, you and me both. You and me both. I would hate this. I mean, it's always a tragic scene when you got one person that has already passed away and you're at risk of losing someone else to the system. But wrong is wrong, right is right. And if you're guilty, you're guilty. You got to go do your time. And if somebody is responsible for Nolan's death and it does fall, under, the friends that may be responsible, then don't go turn yourself in. Do the right thing. Do the right thing. No one wants to do time. No one wants to be responsible for something that they regret doing. But for the sake of the family, do the right thing. I can't stand to see his mom or any mom like that grieving and just in pain. That's just so sad. Yeah, I would very much like to know about that though, DJ. I truly enjoy Ted. I think Ted's a good person. He's a very outgoing guy, and he is for his age, and he's not old at all. I love his energy. I mean, I can't believe you just said that right now. That's pretty sad, man. That really kind of ruined the night a bit. Pray that Ted gets the help he needs if that's the case. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I'm almost questioning whether or not, we'd be able to give him a call right now. I gotta see if I even have his number. Dang, prayers to Ted. So sad. And I hope that's not what he did, man. I really do. Life's too short. Life's precious. And we all, I think we all, we should not only cherish our moments, but I mean, from what I heard, Ted, as well as myself, we have children or a kid. And it's at a point where we're not even just no longer living for ourselves anymore. We gotta live for our children. And that's just saddening. It really hurts my feelings if he's going through something right now to the point where he doesn't no longer want to be here with us. And, from me to Ted, I know we're not close. I know him and JLR got a pretty decent relationship. Feel free to reach out anytime if you need somebody to talk to Ted. I mean, I'm here. That sucks, man. I hope nobody's just joking around. I gotta call him. Not that anybody else cares, but I had a pretty good friend that I grew up with. And I don't blame myself, but I regret not hanging out with him more and talking to him more. Had I talked to him more, I could have been there that day for him before he decided to kill himself. It is 1:30 in the morning, but I mean, if that's what I'm hearing, you know, I think it's only right we call and make sure he's good. That's crazy. I don't know if has anybody spoke to him at all to just check on him and make sure he was good. Sometimes people just need somebody to talk to, guys. Sometimes we get lonely, even when we got thousands of friends. You know, life just comes down sometimes to the point where you feel like you don't have nobody. You could have 1,000 friends, but only one really cares about you, or shows that they care about you. I got thousands of friends, and I to be quite honest, I think most of them, and I learned that when I took the bus for like 3-4 years, they'll just drive by. They won't even offer you a ride. And that's not nothing, right? I mean, it's the smallest thing, right? So just imagine something big. Ted's alive? I know Ted's not dead. Somebody said that he was trying to kill himself, though. I hope that's not true. I'm just sending him a message. I won't call him. It's 1 in the morning. Just real quick while we're on stream here. I'll continue this video here. But let me just shoot Criminal Network on this to see if he has any insight. I don't know where you guys heard that, but it's tough. I hope not. He's really in the hospital, for real. Ted is resting? Okay. But he's really in the hospital from, doing that? I hope nobody's joking about that. He was supposed to get on the plane? Oh, okay. All right. As long as he's good, that's fine. That's crazy. I got to call him tomorrow then. Access denied. Somebody sent me a link. Guys, I do not. Why did somebody send me this? Man, guys. People really got to stop trolling, man, because somebody's really going to end up getting hurt, and it's not going to be me because I stay in my lane, okay? Unless somebody comes and breaks into my house and I got to protect myself, that's what I'll do. But going beyond that point where I'm trying to threaten people or go to their house, I'm not going that far ever. I'd never put myself at risk for losing my freedom. But it's starting to people are really starting to really get out of hand. This is ridiculous. I got people shooting me emails trying to put me into stuff. Don't even insert me into stuff because I won't even bother getting into it. But people are sending me information, sharing people's personal information. But people are being, because people are getting angry. But to the people that are trolling, to the trollers, for me to the trollers, just a word of advice. Be careful who you troll. Be careful who you talk down on. Not everybody's going to take stuff from you. And if you're going to get on this platform and you're going to act all brave, be prepared with what comes with acting brave, like you're not scared of nothing. You got people clowning people, constantly taunting their characters, trying to bring them down when they're trying to do something good for themselves. People don't take that lightly. You have to understand when you're on here, it's one thing to troll somebody for a couple days, a couple weeks. But when you got people online, and I'm not even going to say their name because it's not worth it, but when you got people online trolling somebody days and days or I'm sorry, not days and days, months and months and months and months and months at a time. Eventually, people have feelings just like you do. And I know trolls don't like to be trolled. But don't expect somebody to feel sorry for you. I'm personally not. And it's for me to the trolls. I'm not going to feel sorry for you. Not when something happens to you, when somebody does the same thing back to you and you're sitting here playing victim because acting like something's really happening to you when you kept poking the bear over and over again and expected nothing to happen in return. That's not how this works. You don't sit there and taunt somebody's character for months and months and months and months. You revisit it occasionally, but not over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Like, come on. You gotta have some type of respect at some point. There are other people out there you could talk about. There's other people out there that are a lot bigger than we are on this platform by far. But we got people out here trolling and trolling and trolling and trolling and trolling. And then all of a sudden they're playing victim like they're like, okay, well, somebody does it back to you, but they take it a little bit further and you're playing victim like, oh, I'm so scared. I'm calling the police. I'm reporting this. Like, come on, are you serious? I thought she was a G. I thought she was brave. I thought she was about that life. You know what I'm saying? But don't do that. And then somebody does it back to you and then you're playing victim. And then we got guys on here trying to sue people, acting like they're a victim. When in reality, they've done the same thing to the other person. Come on, man. Come on. I don't understand that. But I don't insert myself in this stuff. I just sit here and laugh because it's like, dude, you literally sat here trolling somebody for God knows how long. They trolled you for a week. And you're losing your mind, getting online saying, oh, I'm reporting this person, I'm reporting that person, I'm calling the police, but you sat up here doing the same thing he did. And people online like sitting here feeling bad for this person. People are starting GoFundMes for lawyers to sue people. And I'm like, this is getting crazy. This is getting crazy. It's getting so crazy. And I won't share the person's name out of respect for them, even though I don't like this person, but somebody just sent me an email sharing me somebody's information. Probably all the way down to where they even live. So be careful. Be careful, because somebody just sent me somebody's address just right now. It's somebody I don't even like. But I'm not going to go sharing their information, because people got families. I care. I don't want to get in those situations like that. I'm not going to share anybody's information. But it's just that easy. It's that easy. So be careful who you go after. Won't be me though. I won't put myself in those situations like that. I love my freedom. I enjoy it. And I have kids that I love to come home to every day. But again, just be careful who you guys go after. I mean, Jesus Christ, some people got to let stuff go sometimes. I mean, I get it. It's content, but is it really worth 300 views? Is you talking bad about somebody for months and months really worth 300 views? Seriously? Some people are way smarter than that. I mean, and you could tell half of these people who are sitting here going crazy on people, talking down on them, you could just tell these people are way smarter than that. But yet they choose to go at the people who are doing something positive to dig out negative and positive. I don't see why that's fun and exciting. But just don't get upset when the cycles turn and it reverses and it comes back to bite you in the butt. It doesn't work that way. I personally, I'm going to acknowledge that, because I'm not going to take either person's side, for one, and two, I'm just going to understand what's going on, and neither one is right. Two rights don't make it wrong. You know how it goes. But yeah, man. It's starting to get too crazy out here, man. So be careful. Just be careful, folks. I'll keep praying for all you guys out there that are going at it and being disrespectful to one another. That's why it's best you ignore it and don't entertain it. Because the minute you give them that and you find yourself angry is the minute that it went too far. It's just going to go too far. I know me, and I know me well, and I don't play. I don't play at all. I like to joke, laugh, have fun, but I'm also a serious guy, especially in person. But when I'm doing a job and I'm here to do a job, I'm here to do a job. I'm not going to get out of character for you because you're trying to dig something negative out of what I'm doing. You can't do that. Don't do that to people either. It's wrong and you know it. But it's okay, because you just have to remind yourself that God is watching. God is watching this person nitpick you, but just keep reminding yourself that you're going to push through it and continue to be positive for whatever you're doing. But folks, I'll pray for you guys. I really do. I'm definitely going to pray for y'all. My goodness. People really got to slow down. Slow it down, peeps. I'm telling you, slow it down. It's not even worth it. Nina, thanks so much for the $20 super chat, by the way. Much love to you, Nina. Good to see you, Grandma. She says you're a wonderful person, Mr. Juice. I love your good attitude. Much love, Grandma. I appreciate that, Grandma. God bless you. Much love to all you guys. Hey, Patriot Pride in the building, man. Big welcomes. Yeah, I know Patriot. I know Adam. He's a great guy too. Very good guy. Very good channel. Make sure you guys go check him out as well. And these guys been growing well, man. Kudos to you guys, man. You guys been getting up there, man. But Adam's a very nice guy too, and I read people well. But don't mistake his kindness for a weakness. He doesn't play either. You know what I'm saying? But we're here to do a job. We're not here to entertain the trolls and go back and forth with the trolls. But to all the trolls, I mean, you know who you guys are. Cut it out. Cut it out. Because some people take that stuff seriously. But don't play victim when somebody comes back at you and gives you a taste of your own medicine, but they're able to do a little bit better than you. You come to find out, some people are better at trolling than you are. Some of these people that people are going at have a lot more bigger armies than you have. So you're playing with fire. You really are. I mean, you're going at some of these people are going at people's chats, and I get it. It's just for clout, but some people are going at some people's chats that have 20 times the amount of people that they have. And I have to be honest, people together are powerful. They're powerful. They will dig up your information like that. And a lot of trolls, I've noticed one thing about trolls is they try to hide their image. But you can only hide for so long. That doesn't work. So don't get upset because you're deciding to do something bad to people when they dig up your information and throw it out there, and then turn around and try to flip the script, play victim and sue and do all this and that. It doesn't work like that. You taunted this person's character for so long, and then they come back and do the same thing. I don't feel sorry for you. And the people that do need to wake up and acknowledge the little things and you know, be honest with people. We be honest with each other. Let people know, hey, man, you guys are both wrong. You guys are both wrong. You guys are both wrong. Cut it out. Call it peace. Go your separate ways. Hey, much love, Grandma. I appreciate that, by the way. Domsey, God bless you. She says, be kind, be merciful. Let no one ever come to you without coming away better and happier. Be the living expression of God. Kindness, Mother Teresa. That sounds very familiar. I do remember that "Be merciful" line for sure. She says, "I love this quote." God bless you, Dom Seaman. Thanks for the kind, positive words too. CC4JP says, praying for Ted and Perez. Indeed, I couldn't agree more. And it sucks sometimes because we got to stop and address some things, but we're all people, guys. We're all people. We all have feelings. Not everybody's going to sit there and just take it. You know what I mean? Not everybody's like that. People have feelings. And I don't think trolls understand how effective they can be when it weighs on people. It really does affect, it affects people emotionally a lot. So much that they have to stop what they're doing before they can even move forward and focus on what they were doing before they discovered you. So yeah, it's hard, man. I get it. And I try to remind my mods too, just don't even acknowledge these people. But you don't even have to respond. Don't even give them any of your energy. Because then you're going to find yourself upset and then you're not going to want to be here no more. But we all have choices. And if you choose to go back and forth with somebody in the chat, you're putting your emotions at risk because there's no point of even sometimes going back with some of these people. Just block them and be gone. Block them and keep it moving. Now, there are people out there that have 20, 30 counts waiting to come back and do the same thing again. But that's why we have mods, because sometimes the timing out and stuff, it's repetitive. It's repetitive. It's repetitive. And these people make it obvious of, who they are, because a lot of these people come in here with the same name, but a slight different words or letters. So just FYI, word of advice. I mean, and it comes with growth. If you plan on becoming a streamer, be prepared to be trolled. Be prepared for somebody to talk to you, talk bad about you. The bigger you get, the worse it's going to get. That's what comes with it. You have to be able to deal with it. Not only that, you got to be able to juggle what you're focused on and ignore that at the same time. It's just how it is. But if you find yourself depressed all the time because somebody came in the chat and said something about you or that's something that made you upset all the time, the streaming isn't probably for you. It's not for everybody. And, neither is modding for some people. If things that people say constantly affect you, then it may not be for you, but because you can't let stuff affect you. It's just how it is. And it's tough. Once people become mods, you become some part of the channel. So people are going to come at you just like they come at me, but I have to be able to deal with it. And I might be mad about it, but I'll wait till stream is over. Talk to my girl about it. Talk to somebody else about it. Call Alex. Yo, you see that guy on here, man? He's tripping, man. He was going crazy. Whoop, whatever. But I'm not going to sit here on stream and entertain it because you're giving them what they want. Don't even bother. Just a word of advice. And they're going to sit here and laugh at you because they know it. They know it. And I get emails all the time. Hey, you see so-and-so saying this? Hey, you see what's her name? She's on. She's live right now. They're talking about you and Alex. And did you see they talked about Chris the other day? Man, I see it, guys. I see it. I'm watching. I'm navigating through videos trying to find information on Nancy Guthrie, doing research and trying to find information on Nolan Wells and whatnot and everything. Oh, yeah, we stumble across it all the time. We see it. We see it. Sometimes we even sit down and watch it sometimes and sit here and laugh. Like, I can't believe these people. Are you kidding? But it's cool. It's all good. It's just part of the game. They want you to quit. They want you to give up and stop streaming. Don't. Just keep doing what you're doing. Because if they're talking bad about you, you're doing something right. And that's why I say we need the trolls. JLR even says it all the time. We need the trolls. We need them. Because a lot of, even when some people are putting negative things out there about you, thank you. Thank you. Because at the end of the day, the majority knows who you are. So don't let that stuff affect you. And you know who you are. That's what's important. That's what's more important. As long as you know who you are, stick to who you are. And don't let anybody prove you otherwise. I want to continue the rest of this video here that we were watching surrounding Nolan Wells here. Before it gets too late, I want to open up the phone lines for about an hour or so, take a couple calls here. And it's an open discussion tonight. We can talk about whatever everybody wants to talk about. Call me to vent, and I don't mind people calling me to vent, share their thoughts. Now, don't get toxic and start talking crazy about people, but if you want to chime in and share some thoughts, you got some ideas on something, feel free. Now, we are covering Nolan Wells, and that's the goal, is for us to continue to, dive a little bit deeper into, what may be going on or what may have happened to Nolan Wells. But I do like to hear people's thoughts in general. And I love to brainstorm amongst us all. I mean, once we put our thoughts together, we are able to make more sense of what's really going on by doing so. So let's continue the rest of this video real quick here. It's just about over. And I got this other video I wanted to play. There's some interesting things that have been, kind of surfacing with Mr. Officer Tatum surrounding his work history. But maybe we'll save that for tomorrow because we're running out of some time here. But I believe this next video I'm going to play, it might address that. So, or it is, but we'll probably say that for tomorrow. But anyway, let's finish the rest of this video real quick here.
And I just had a thought. If you're wondering how big this cover-up is, think about all those people on the island. Warren himself said it. There were hundreds of people. Boats were on top of each other. And we only have one video that pans the island for a second, and we supposedly hear that, give my effing phone back. Then Officer Race Tatum posts the pictures of the 7 boys allegedly on the boat, and then there's like a rope that looks like it's being towed, but that looks photoshopped. It looks like a fake rope. And just ask yourself how big this cover-up must be that all of those kids, all under the age of 21, and there's no video, there's no pictures. Why would the friends delete their social media accounts? Because, of course, they probably took photos and pictures from that day. But you're telling me there's not more than one video that has emerged? Or was that other video where they thought they saw Nolan on the boat, that, the real daddy, little daddy, Mac?
Was the reason why they hopped on the case so fast was because the adults were on the boat as well. I don't know. It's just a question of mine. Because who was supplying the alcohol beverages? As an investigator, I'm not an investigator, but if I was to investigate, I would go to the stores, the local stores, to see the footage of who was purchasing the alcohol beverages. Almost every local store got cameras. So who was in there purchasing these beverages? I know it's a lot of footage to go through, but the answer is out there, y'all.
Wait, but pause, because that could have been bought way before the actual trip. And not only that, I mean, there are parents that are out there that do allow their children to drink while they're present. Or they are aware of it, they don't approve of it, but they know exactly what their children are doing. And I would say majority parents are not strict enough knowing what their children are up to stop them from going out and having a drink, especially in high school. That's where it all starts. And I don't know if I picture somebody actually supplying alcohol that was an adult. I wouldn't be surprised. However, I would say it was already like prepped up for, like, I would say they already had the alcohol before this trip. And yeah, I would assume that a parent did buy it the day of the actual trip. So I don't think that would be hard for them to, go find out who bought it. But how can they prove that person that makes a purchase at a store gave it to these kids? I mean, there's plenty of drinks, or plenty different type of drinks. So they would just suspect it because, let's just say Bart's parents went and bought a Budweiser, and then later we saw a Budweiser in Nolan's hand. Is that enough evidence to say that Bart's parents bought Nolan beer? I don't know. But I honestly think most parents don't really necessarily approve of it, but they're not strict enough to like not let their kids drink in high school, especially being parents. I mean, and there's parents out there that approve of it. Like I said, as long as they're present, they allow it. And it doesn't really seem like there was too much adult control with the little bit that we saw in one of the clips where it seems like somebody's fighting, but we didn't really get to see much of that clip. So I really can't say there were adults there that were, there to really like take control of the situation. But if it went so far to the point where we lost Nolan, then I would assume that somebody either just got too drunk or they really weren't paying attention or they just didn't care. I don't know. But I mean, how many kids go out and drink in high school, especially, freshman, senior, sophomore year? I mean, a lot of them. A lot of them. And do parents know? Yeah. Heck yeah, they know. Do they hide it from their parents? Yeah. They find out later, though. Do you know what kids are going to go do on Horn Island besides drink? Nobody's going to drive a boat to Horn Island and go sit there and have a soda. I mean, that's common sense. I mean, what more nobody's going to go to Horn Island just to hang out with friends in the middle of the ocean just to swim. I mean, that doesn't really sound very fun. But when you add drinks and drugs into the equation, I mean, it sounds a lot better to kids in high school. I mean, that's how most kids have a good time. They go out, drink, get drunk. For me personally, I wasn't a drinker when I was in high school. I didn't do drugs either. But nowadays, just to be honest, that's how these kids party. So I think it was obvious that's what was going to happen if you go to Horn Island on the island and, do whatever they were going to do, which is, we know that. I mean, it's kind of common sense. Nobody's just going to go to an island just to sit there or swim. I mean, swimming's fun, but there's more to that than just swimming. Now, meet a girl? Yeah, that sounds more like it. But those guys weren't all there to meet a girl. So, I don't know. That's just my take on it, though. He died before his 19th birthday. I know, so sad, man. It's so sad. It really is. And I can't imagine, like, what dreams and goals that he had for himself. And I'm sure his mother and his father sit there and reminisce on. It's a sad scene, guys. It
Also,
really is. It's tragic. I hate to see it. All right, real quick. I want to, and we won't do too long. I don't think we'll have a whole lot of people calling in. It's not that many people tuning in tonight anyways. Well, it is, but not the usual. So real quick, I got a video here I would like to play. And it's probably my last one tonight anyways. Now we know Tatum and what's his name? Hughley. I always say his name wrong. Have been kind of having a few. They've been going back and forth on wait, what happened? Hold on.
Now, some people need to stop inserting themselves in Nolan.
Very ironic that you've only accepted one side of the evidence or the investigation regarding this matter. You know, just like everyone else knows, that people lie every single day. Just because they told you something and there are a few images or statements and accounts that may have validated something does not mean that it is true. And that is exactly...
We'll watch this real quick. I'm trying to find this video with Hughley real quick, but supposedly Examiner's wife lashes out after she got exposed. So let me play this real quick here. I'm trying to find this video with Tatum and Hughley real quick here, so we're not gonna watch this whole thing. But we know Tatum and Hughley they've been going back at it. If you don't know who he is, he's used to do stand-up comedy. He's been in a bunch of movies. and they've been kind of going back and forth lately. There's a conspiracy going on revolving around Tatum and his work history. So I got to find this video real quick, but 1 second.
The tow company, and people are saying it's fabricated. That Nolan Wells' friends had with the tow company, and people are saying it's fabricated, that she added 20 seconds to it. And in the audio, you hear the friends saying stuff like, allegedly saying things like, is he dead, Nolan, things like that. Apparently that was added. I kind of covered that a little bit last week or 2 weeks ago, but either way, we're here now, and the wife is coming after Officer Tatum, and this is exactly why I'm making this video, because why are you even inserting yourself continuously in this case like this? I'm just confused, but let's go.
Say that it is really concerning to see someone like you, someone with previous law enforcement experience and expertise, rely heavily on assumptions and opinions versus investigation-backed evidence. You've recently utilized your platform to try to dispel the audio that my wife provided, calling it bullcrap and a multitude of things of that nature. Yet not once did you do your due diligence and actually reach out to personally investigate whether that audio and who she was authentic or not. And it's ironic.
Well, there have been a lot of people who are involved in the case who have already done the investigation for us, like Sarah Fields. Now, it requires a team effort here. We can't all do it ourselves, so we're all working together. And it's clear that your wife was withholding information from the public about her credentials regarding her audio in her job, allegedly. So you're upset because people are saying, actually, you don't have the credentials to do what you're doing? I don't understand it. And I don't understand why this video was even necessary.
Ironic coming from you, because you just criticized Nolan's mother in a time like this for not reaching out and questioning another parent associated with this case, as if it is the parent's obligation to do a thorough investigation instead of law enforcement. You also said that you couldn't believe that my wife utilized her brilliance for something like this. And I want to say that I can't believe that you utilized your platform and your brilliance to go up against someone that is truly...
Did he say brilliance? Because I don't remember ever hearing Officer Tatum say that word to describe Janita. I don't remember hearing that. Now, if he did, then okay. But, ma'am, what people are pointing out is kind of obvious. Your wife doesn't have the credentials needed to do an investigation like this. And when it comes to audio, you have to consider the fact that if she presents something that's fraudulent and she's making it seem like she has the credentials to do so, that could put people behind bars. That is why people have a problem with it, is because young people are involved, and this is an ongoing investigation. If there's false information that's revealed to the public, then that could actually make it to where these kids are found guilty of a crime they didn't commit. This is serious. So I don't think it's any offense to her as a person. It's more so about, does she have the credentials to do what she did? That's what people have an issue with.
Seeking justice. I also want to add that I find it very ironic that you've only accepted one...
I'm having a hard time finding this video, but the thing is, just to follow up on what they're talking about here, I don't really agree with the fact that she would need certain credentials to, you know, I guess prove the fact that she was able to remove the music out of the audio to bring light to, you know, what was really going on behind the music and the audio. Why would she need certain credentials? If they evaluate this and they pull this audio for the team that is, you know, reviewing this specific evidence revolving around the audio, and it matches with the actual audio, why wouldn't they be? And not only that, let's just say this: if she's able to, let's just put her in a room. She sat there on Nancy Grace's show and edited it, showed how she did her work. That's enough right there. To me, that's enough to prove, okay, she really did do this audio. So give her the original. So put her in a room, give her the original audio, then give her the app that she used that, that she has the capability of removing certain things that, that makes it harder to hear certain stuff that's going on in audio. All right, so do that. And, that should take away from the fact that people are saying, okay, this lady should have to have certain credentials to be able to do this. People are trying to be of help. It's not just law enforcement. And like she's saying, it is a team effort. And I always say this 9 times out of 10, from what I've seen, it always takes somebody to come forward to solve these cases, or it takes somebody in the community to just come forward and say something. A lot of the times I don't really see, and it does come from the work to law enforcement. I'm not going to, take away, what they do, because they do a lot of work too. But I'm not going to take away, giving this woman credit for doing what she did if it turns out that she didn't really doctor this audio. If it's real, it's real. And to me, to go ahead and debunk this whole situation, give her the audio, put her in a room, give her the app, let her go to work. Simple. And if she comes up with the same thing, then that's the nail in the coffin right there. Done, data, boom, we move on. It's no longer doxed. Or I'm sorry, doctored, and we could debunk that whole situation and move forward. But if she's able to get on Nancy Grace, and not only that, she showed her work. She showed how she did it. She showed literally what she did. She gave proof. That's enough for me. I don't know about anybody else, but that's enough for me. If you could show me that you took in the original audio and all you did was remove, sound that's going on in the audio, it's a done audio. We've all heard it before, and it does come from people in the music industry. You've heard, and if you listen to music and you like music, you know this. We've heard people take songs that are music. We've heard people take songs and take away the beat and make those lyrics become an a cappella, to where we only hear the words and not the music. People that are, music producers do this all the time. So if she is who she says she is, that's easy for a music producer to do. It's that simple. And what she's saying, it lines up. At first I had to think about it like, what? I don't think that was relevant for her to, mention all of, what she does. But it was, because thinking things through, it happens all the time. There's so many songs when it comes to the rapper Tupac Shakur, where they've taken and remixed these songs without the beat, and we just hear the words. It happens all the time. All the time. So, I guess we'll just have to wait till they, review the audio. Because right now it's being reviewed. And in the end, if it turns out that this is true, the world is going to thank her. Because she has really made this case change a whole different direction, literally. And if what we're hearing in that audio is true, I personally will thank her myself, because people want justice. We want closure for this family, period. And if she doctored this audio, I'm going to pray for her. Because that would be wrong in so many ways. But I think personally, my judgment is very good when it comes to what I observe. And I have observed that she's innocent. Just like Nancy Grace said, she doesn't seem like she's here for harm. She doesn't seem like she's here for clout. I didn't get that vibe from her. But we can't assume. All we can do is, talk about what we see, observe what we see. But anyway, I'm just saying. Lynette, I'm not too sure about Ted. I'll give him a call tomorrow. Domsey said that he's trying to get some rest right now, so I'm not going to bother him and call him. I did shoot him a message, though. I hope that he didn't really try to off himself, but I'm trying to figure that out right now. I shot a message to Criminal Network. He's live right now, so I'm not going to just chime in and ask him that right now. I'll give him a call tomorrow, and when I get on tomorrow night, I'll update everybody if you guys haven't heard anything. I just wish Ted would call somebody and reach out to somebody. Life's too short to take, people that actually do care about him. I don't even know him, and I care about the dude, enough to try to, convince him to do the right thing. I myself personally am going through challenging things in my life. I'm happy in my life, but I mean, there are challenges that come by me week in and week out. But anyway, that's another topic. We already talked about that. Anyways, I was going to play a video here. I couldn't find it. It's with D.L. Hughley. I don't know what happened to that video. It was him sharing some details about Tatum, but they've been kind of going back and forth. And I don't even think it's really relevant. It's pretty much just a conspiracy, and we don't know if it's true or not. But I did look up, his work history, and it does kind of align. But I'm not even going to talk about it right now, so it's all right. I am going to open up the phone lines for just a brief moment. Feel free if anybody wants to chime in and share their thoughts. You want to update me on something, feel free. I don't mind at all. But let's open up these phone lines for just a little bit, because I'm about to get off here. I'm not going to stay on till 5 in the morning like yesterday, but I will open up these lines for a brief moment here. Don't call if you're calling yet. Because I didn't even get up the phone line yet. Well, yeah, go ahead, actually. It's fine. Shouts to everybody being here in the chat. I appreciate everybody's love and support tonight. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks to those who stayed positive through some of these tough times that we experience here on stream. We had a lady that was pretty upset yesterday because, people weren't being classy in the chat, and I understand, but, it's how it is, and unfortunately, all we could do is get our mods and hope that the mods, which are very great in my chat, are able to, keep the trolls out, and, I'm not very big on mods, you guys know this, but I'm not also very big on timing people out. I do like people to have that freedom of speech here in this chat, but not to the extent where they're simply here to affect others in their time here. When people start saying that they're not, enjoying themselves, I hate to hear it, but it's also at the same time, I do have to remind people, like, look, just just block them. Don't even let that affect your time here. Focus on what I'm talking about, and maybe you and I interacting, or you interacting with somebody who is positive that you can trust in the chat, trust enough to have a conversation with. But trying to pay no mind. I know things irk us, guys. So we all have our, we all have things that press our buttons. But I would not even, and it's hard. I know, easier said than done, but don't let people affect your time. Cause we won't bow down. We won't bow down. Yeah, people threaten us all the time though. We can't take that serious. We don't have to always take threats serious. I mean, this is the internet. We're gonna get threats on the internet all the time. Yeah, sometimes we gotta block people and move forward. Now, like I said, if it's somebody that knows you, I get it. People can pull up your information. But really, if it's somebody in the U.S., are they really going to fly all the way across country? And I mean, you'd be surprised, I guess. But I mean, if you're not entertaining that or paying much mind to that, I wouldn't even let it get to you. I remember as a kid, we had the biggest line that would affect everybody the most is that would really piss people off is when people say, F your mama, or you know what I'm saying, when your mama jokes. Remember that? If you're my age, you're old. Because I'm old, I'm like 75. And that's not even old, I'm really young. I'm old, but I'm OG, you know what I'm saying? And if remember those days where, people would, give, say those your mama jokes and, you'd end up being mad. Well, one thing my mom used to always say is, man, they don't know me. They don't even know me. They don't know me. How can that affect you if they don't even know me? You know what I'm saying? Just a thought to keep in mind. And we won't bow down.
We won't bow down. Yeah. Yeah. They shut the gate too fast. Call it peace, call it class. But I see who they wave through, and I see who they ask to move. Porch lights on the same old block, same old story, same old talk. If your skin says you don't belong, they can make a wrong look strong. But the fences don't define us, and the fear they feel will blind us. Every face they try to hide still stands right here tonight.
You know what I mean? You could tell I'm having a decent night tonight. Don't let anybody affect y'all, man. Don't let them get to you. Inspired Michelle, good to see you. It's been a while since I've seen you in the chat. Good seeing you. Love that song. I love that song. Phone line's up for now, guys. I am coming to an end here pretty soon here, so I won't have it up too long. I just figured I'd give the opportunity to those who want to share their thoughts tonight. Phone lines are up. Man, this is crazy. You guys wouldn't believe the email I had got just now. An hour ago. No, it's confidential. What are you doing? It's confidential. No, you can't see it. I can't show you. I can't show you.
Let me see it.
I can't show you.
You're being weird.
It's confidential. Not even you. But I mean, people are just sharing people's information like it's nothing. It's crazy. People really can dig up some stuff. That's scary. Don't worry, it's nobody that's been on my stream though. If it was somebody on my stream that, like anybody, like if it was a viewer on my stream that that comes and watches the channel, anybody in here right now, if it was you, I would email you and let you know. Straight up. Seriously, if I felt like somebody's life was at risk or, somebody was after somebody, like anybody in here, I would look out for you 100%.
Especially our mods.
Especially the mods, especially the members here. Just anybody. I would not let anybody do anybody dirty in my chat at all. But
And I'll read it.
how'd you get that?
Yeah, Gmail.
Oh. Yeah, then they put her I think this is her address and stuff here. This one, that one, don't click on that one. It doesn't let you. Wait, no, it's not this one. Yeah, but she needs to stop. That's why people are doing this stuff.
What is it?
This one is showing like her state. It looks like this is her address right here.
Yeah, because I was on the first one.
That's crazy. And yeah, I don't know who this is that sent it, but sheesh. People are really doxing people out here. And it's not hard. And I think that's why I can understand why, Marie is taking, not taking lightly of people.
Because she's been through this.
Threatening people. That's why people take people's threats serious, But I also don't want to make anybody more angry by engaging in, certain things either. That's why I don't even acknowledge that stuff, because I don't want anybody at my door.
No.
But still. Keep us out, keep us out. Vanessa says, guys, if trolling is getting too much, take time out, put your phone down, step away from the net, and go do something that makes you happy. Indeed. What? Just they left a note on DJ's door? Who left a note on DJ's door?
Because she was getting harassed.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I said, but still don't entertain it. And then if it does happen like that, or you leave a note, or people doing that, just the best thing you could do is report it to the police and keep moving. Keep it moving, but don't let your guard down either. Of course, keep the lookout. Especially if you got to protect your family and stuff like that, or you're worried about your safety. Of course, I would recommend reporting it. And we know the cops are never here when you need them, but at the very least, make sure you guys report this if you got people reaching out to you, threatening you. But the best thing I could recommend also is to not engage in, whatever, whoever's trying to reach out to you and, threaten you of anything. Don't even engage in that. What's happening, of Nagai? Big welcomes. Definitely unacceptable for sure. We are not tolerating that at all. Yeah, and I could tell you guys a story, many stories. I mean, we got shot at last year. I got shot at last year. Me and my best friend both on 2 different occasions. I mean, he wasn't from 2 different people, and we weren't even together. The bullet missed me by that much, probably about an inch, less than an inch, and I didn't even do anything. Promise you.
You had the kids.
And I just had my little man. He was 1. And then I had the other little man. He, and at the time, was he 4 at that time? 4. I think it was 4 at that time. Yeah, I mean, and then she was in the car. I mean, never again will I give somebody that opportunity again to shoot at me again. Never again. And I did the right thing. He's in prison. He'll probably be out God knows when, but he got 4 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. He shouldn't even had a gun. I could probably show you the car right now. I got to go find the picture, but I could show you the car. The bullet went right through my door, and then it went right through the seat, and then it dropped under the seat. They were able to get the bullet. And I just noticed the car was following me. He kept following me. I'm like, why is he following me? Why is he driving? It's dark. The parking lights are on. He doesn't even have his headlights on. It's dark. So be careful out there. You could really be in the wrong place at the wrong time, too. But, yeah. And I had a rental car at that time, too. And guess what else? I could never rent with that company ever again. And I didn't do anything wrong. And I have the police support to prove it. And I could never rent with them again. All because somebody decided to shoot at me that day. Sad. Just sad. And I'm a very forgiving person. I can forgive people for pretty much anything. But one thing I would have a hard time forgiving somebody something for is the fact that they put my child at risk, my children at risk, and my own life at risk. And I'm pretty sure this person knew and saw that I had a kid in the back. Yeah. So be careful out there. Be careful. Hey, Zorro, big welcomes. How you doing? Yeah, I've been on the Guthrie's tonight. We've been kind of covering some Nolan Wells. Tomorrow we'll be back covering some Nancy, of course. Maybe a little bit of Nolan Wells too. But yeah, as of lately, I've been covering both, trying to cover both at least. I'm gonna put this phone line back up here real quick here. And let me see if I can find that picture for you guys. Oh, there it is already. Look at that. I'll put it on my email here. Hold on. I'll show you guys. And I believe it was a 45. I would have died. There's no way I would have survived that bullet. No way. What? Hold on, guys. Let me find this. 1 second. I'm trying to find this photo for you guys. Oh, I'm going to find it. Hold on. Prayers for Ted, guys. Yes, if Ted really tried to kill himself, prayers go out to Ted. I hope not. I hope he's fine. I truly hope he's good. I really don't want or wish anything bad upon anybody. Despite our, his struggles and hard times, I know that he's trying his best. I know he's doing his very best right now. I don't know much about Ted's life and all that, and even if I did, it wouldn't be my place to, share that amongst my viewers. That's up to Ted, and he's grown, and that's, something that, he should take the time to share with you guys if that's what he wants to do. But out of respect for Ted, I wouldn't share any of his business, even if I did know anything that was going on. And as for anybody, unless they wanted me to share it, I'm trying to find this photo, guys. Bear with me. I'm almost there. Wow, I found it so quickly a second ago, but now it's like I can't even find it. I'm getting closer. I know I'm getting closer because I remember the certain time around that it happened. There it is. Found it. Now, I didn't get the door. Let me see if there's a better picture here. Hold on. I didn't get the inside of the seat. I do have that picture, but I would have to go digging for that one, but I'll just show you guys the picture with the actual hole in the door so you guys can see how big that bullet hole is. And just where the entry point is at, you'll know, like, dang, that thing really went through, that car. And you'll know, like, okay, dang, that's really in that general area, where that seat is at. Especially, being that I'm pretty sure a lot of us are familiar with this car. But it was a Dodge Charger. Can I get a few prayers for my mom? She was taken to the hospital unresponsive. Indeed. Most certainly. Most certainly. I will make sure we'll add another prayer in before I get off tonight, which should be pretty soon here. Let me share these photos with you guys real quick. Is it not here? Where is it at? DJ sent me a photo just now.
I want to see it.
Oh no, I thought you sent me a photo. No, she didn't send me anything. Oh, did you send me a photo of like something right now? Wait, what is this?
He tried to say that he runs your chat.
Who?
Captain's
Oh,
little
yeah.
Johnny.
Oh, that's fine. I don't entertain
And
that
he was
stuff.
like going back and forth with criminal.
Oh, was he? Yes. In Criminal Network's own chat? Oh, man. Yeah, it's okay. I don't see. That's the thing. Just like I'm doing now. That's all you got to do. Don't even entertain it.
Well, he's gone.
Don't even entertain it. Justin McWelks says Ted tried to. Yeah, I'm hearing. I am here, and I'm gonna say a prayer right now, just a second too. For for all of us as well as Ted. All right, these kids are so loud. Oh, there it is. Okay, I got it. Okay, let me save this. And cool. Now I do have a better photo here, but I'll show you guys just the one. So again, I was shot at last year, and again, that's why, just a reminder, just be careful. And again, for no reason, I didn't do anything. Wrong place, wrong time. Bullet almost hit me. And this is how it goes. People can mistake you for somebody else. That's what happened to my best friend in the same year as well. They thought he was somebody else, and they chased him down. Lo and behold, luckily the dude, once he finally, after chasing him for like an hour till he ran out of gas, he realized, okay, it wasn't him, and then he moved on. But again, just be careful out there. Again, for me, that was the bullet hole that nearly struck me last year. And as a reminder, just do the right thing. When this happens to you, don't take it upon yourself. Go track the person down and go kill him just to get back at him. Do the right thing. And that's why, and that's a good thing. This is a good thing. A good thing about it is the fact that we went ahead and reported it. This person with the prison that shot at me. It's all documented. So let's say next year this person gets out, they see you again, they try to come after you and shoot, and you end up having to shoot them. You have the proof, okay, well, this person tried to kill me already once. You're not going to give somebody a second opportunity to blow your freaking head off. This person aimed for my head like he was trying to off me. And again, I did nothing wrong. It's crazy. Just crazy. People are really cuckoos, guys. Do the right thing. Now, fortunately, not every situation is going to have that opportunity. Sometimes you may just have to defend yourself right away. Every situation is different. Check out this cool TPD car I saw a long time ago. If you follow me on Instagram, check this TPD car that I saw out there. Was a guy who mimicked the car and made it a lowrider.
Crazy, man. That's dope, bro. Good idea, bro. That's crazy. You put the screen in the, that's crazy. Good one, bro. Wow.
Look at that.
Oh, he's got the undercarriage in there. That's crazy. That's dope as hell. That's crazy.
TPD?
He looks familiar.
Pretty cool.
All right. That's crazy, man. That's dope, bro. Good idea, bro. That's crazy. You put the screen in the, that's crazy. Good one, bro. Wow. Oh, he's got the undercarriage in there.
All chrome undercarriage. This guy's, he went nuts on that car. He spent a lot of money on that thing.
He looks familiar.
Pretty cool. Anyway. First night ever, no calls. That's good. That's good. No, I'm joking. First night ever, no calls. That's not bad for me. It was a pretty chill night, pretty laid back night. It was live stream and people retweeted it and shared it. I report everyone that said ignorant comments or reposted. If you want to call real quick, DJ, you're more than welcome to let me know what you're talking about. Otherwise, if you feel more comfortable, I can call you after stream, and you can tell me what you're talking about, just to kind of, so I'm following really exactly what you're saying. But I kind of get where you're going with it, or my girlfriend pretty much told me, for the most part, what you're talking about. I guess so. I guess maybe we were good. Shout out to all the haters out there. Shout out all the trolls.
Chatters on YouTube Live, sharing their opinions, sharing their lives, enjoying good conversation. We are laughing and chatting and having a good time. They slide to me just to stir the room, drop a little poison and they run from the truth. Try to bait the crowd for a cheap little show, but the whole chat knows what they came here for. What about them trolls? What about them trolls? What about them trolls? What about them trolls? We won't feed that noise. What about them trolls? What about them trolls? What about them trolls? What about them trolls? We keep it moving on. Chatters get angry and frustrated, want the trolls gone, but rage is a fire and they love when it burns long. Lonely and angry, no outlet, no control. Looking for a crack, trying to steal your soul. Chatters must rise above the nuisance and chaos. Hold the line, stay calm, don't let them bait us. Pray for the ones who only know the dark. Maybe one soft word can reach a broken heart. Chatters on YouTube Live, sharing their opinions, sharing their lives. We choose peace tonight. What about them trolls? What about them trolls? What about them trolls? What about them trolls? We won't feed that noise. What about them trolls? What about them trolls? What about them trolls? What about them trolls? We keep it moving on. Praying for them trolls. Praying for them trolls. If they come with chaos, we answer with calm. Praying for them trolls. Praying for them trolls. Pray for those who are lonely. Pray for those who are lost. What about them trolls? What about them trolls? What about them trolls? What about them trolls? We won't feed that noise. What about them trolls? What about them trolls? What about them trolls? What about them trolls? We keep it moving on.
Indeed, guys. Indeed. Love that song. That's a good song. It really is, and it's perfect to what's going on and everything. So this is perfect. It really is. It's a good song. It makes sense too. Dear Heavenly Father, I just wanted to take this time to just to pray for all of our friends and our family, and pray for those who are going through real tough and hard times. And just Father, I just ask that you watch over them and just make sure that they get through these hard times, and remind them that they are going to get through it, and we're all strong. If there's a will, there's a way, as they say. And I just want to take the time to pray and send my prayers to Ted. I wish him the best, and just remind him, Father, that there's people out there that cares and loves him, and who are willing to look after him, to guide him in the right direction and help him make the right decisions, and just let him know we're all here for him. Father, I just want to also pray for Michelle and her family, and her mother, and just heal those that are going through rough moments, and help them through despite all of our struggles. Just remind them we're going to get through all of this. We're strong-willed people, and life gets dark, but, just remind them there's always somewhere that the sun is still shining. In dear Jesus' name, amen. Yep. Amen, folks. Amen. I feel a lot better now, too. Feel a lot better. So glad I opened up my life to prayer and God. I'm not really like the most religious person when it comes to religion, but I've really expanded a lot more when it comes to trying to build a relationship with God. And my life has gone so much better. I know it's like the most common thing that you hear. You wonder why people say that. Like, why do people say that? Like, talk to God. Why do people say, like, it's really true. Like, and don't just do it because you want the best outcome. And don't expect good outcomes to come just because you start praying right away. I mean, things take time, but when you do give your life to God, it does really help you a lot in many ways. Seriously, go for it. Just try it. That's all I can say is just try it and trust me. He's been with me every step of the way. Seriously. There's nothing for me to lie about. I wouldn't lie to you, and I wouldn't tell you to do something that I wouldn't think would be helpful for you. But I've been trying to read the Bible when I have time. I always keep it right here next to me now. I was never like that, but I try to read some scriptures from time to time when I get time. You don't have to take hours of your day, but if you can get there where you can sit down and read the Bible for an hour, I recommend it. If you can find somebody that you can have Bible studies with, do it. I used to when I was a kid. I grew up in a Jehovah Witness household. We're not that anymore, but, and I've also gone to many Baptist churches too, and lived both those type of lifestyles. When I turned 12, that was the last time I got a birthday present, because you guys know Jehovah Witnesses don't celebrate anything. So I think it was 11. When I turned 11, that was when I got my last birthday present. And then my mom said, we're not going to celebrate anymore. If we get you anything, it'll be either before or after your birthday. I've never actually shared this story, but, I've just to share a little bit of my background. That's, what I experienced as a kid. And, whatever religion that you pursue or you believe in, continue to do it. It's helpful in your life, and I think everybody needs it. But if you find time, do it. The book of Bible stories is also good to start with. That was probably one of the first things that I read as a kid. It's a good book to read too. But get you a Bible, start reading the Bible, get you one that, obviously you can understand. And for better understanding, maybe sit down and have Bible studies with somebody who can give you better understanding. But my birthday is April 11th, Missy, so it just passed. Yeah, I just turned 34. 21, but I'm 34. But be grateful for you guys. I agree. Be grateful. Look out. Look at everything we live in with gratitude and abundance. He will never leave your side. Inspired Michelle. Indeed. Yeah, be thankful for what you have. You know what they say? Be thankful for what you have. And my thing is, learn to be happy for others. Learn to be happy for others. Trust me. It took me to lose somebody that I wasn't a good person to. One of my exes a long time ago, to learn how to be happy for other people. And sometimes life experiences do that, though. It sucks that we got to experience things to learn from things, or, to just simply better our lives. But that's what it takes sometimes. I think the hardest thing to do is, give somebody your knowledge or, deliver your knowledge and expect them to take that with them and actually utilize that knowledge that you pass down. It's hard to do that. It really is. It really is. And I always, tell people one of the hardest things to do, because you see people like, Jehovah's Witnesses going door to door. But whatever you believe in, if you, seeing is believing, they say. It's very hard to convince somebody that your religion is right, and others is not as great. Respect what people's religions are, and it's just a example to how difficult it can be to enlighten people when it comes to helping people in life and just getting them to see the bigger picture when it's, for whatever it is. So just a thought. Hey, inspire Michelle, do that. You're a very smart person. I could see you doing that too. She says, practitioner, I'm going for my doctor in metaphysical science, if I said that right. And I have my Rev in spiritual university laws. So technically I'm Rev. I don't know what that is, but that's crazy. And see, that's one thing I can appreciate, seeing people achieve things that I don't think I could achieve. That's probably why they call you Inspired Michelle. Maybe that's why you call yourself that. I don't know if somebody gave you that name, but that's one reason to really own the name that you have, But that's one thing I truly appreciate, just seeing others shine in many different ways and do things that I know I can't do, That's what makes us who we are, and really appreciate and admire one another. It's crazy. All the religions have the same stories as it all comes down to geographical area. Okay. I mean, I could see that. I don't want to get into it because I don't want anybody to beat me up for it. I don't want to, get too deep into religion, but I can agree with that for sure. God is great. God is good. God, I thank you for sustaining their lives and keeping them. I will bless you at all times, and your praise shall continually be in my mouth. June. Much love, June. And by the way, too, I appreciate those of you guys like June and, like Inspired Michelle, Domsey, for taking the time to share scriptures with me, because you guys are one of the few that took time to share certain scriptures with me. And I appreciate it, because those, even just somebody sharing a scripture that they would like for you to read goes a long way. I kid you not. And it makes you think deeply too. Like, well, I wonder what this person was going through when they read this scripture, or what they were thinking about, or what went through their mind. You just really try to, dissect the situation that you're living in, and other people's, when they come across certain scriptures that they may share with you. It just gets deep, and I appreciate it. Really do. Have you watched Secret? No, I've never watched that. Is it Secret? Secret? Appreciate it too. Is this Michelle calling? Hey, what's up, Michelle? Is this Michelle?
Hey,
Hey, how you
I
doing?
just wanted you to not have a broken record.
Oh no,
So I
you're
wanted you
good.
to have a perfect record.
I appreciate it.
And yeah, and I appreciate that prayer. It really meant a lot. So
Of
thanks
course.
for just being there. And check your emails tomorrow and email me back. We'll have a quick chat.
Okay, we'll do. We'll do. I'll check it
Yeah.
tonight.
But thanks for everything you do, Juice, for real. It's really nice that you keep a nice, clean, you know, group of people that follow you. So
Yeah, anytime. I try to empathize. I try to put myself in other people's shoes. So
did you shut your live stream down?
I hope not. Did it cut off?
Oh, I hope. I think it cut. Mine cut, but
Oh no.
yeah. But no, thanks for everything you do. You guys are really a good community out there. And it was just, when you get some bad news and knowing that somebody up there is going to be out and online just to say
Yeah.
hi.
So yeah, no.
Because you
it's-
shut your live crazy day with like, hearing about all the things that were happening with the Perez Hilton thing, the Ted, and the thing in Mexico. Like, I don't know what they're going to do with live streams. Like, it's kind of crazy.
For real, seriously.
So,
Yeah, I agree.
yeah, like it was, I saw the video for Perez Hilton and it was absolutely disturbing. I didn't know what I was clicking on. I was just like, oh, what's going on with them? And it was like, oh my gosh.
I didn't-
Absolutely just.
I didn't see that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't recommend you watching it. But Perez Hilton was on the live stream on TikTok and was trying to unalive himself. And he was just covered like head to toe, like the movie Carrie, basically.
Wow.
And with a butcher knife. Yeah.
See, now I
And
gotta
people
go
have been
see it.
reposting it and tweeting it and on X, and it's not something it was a mental health crisis, and then he barricaded himself in, and the police had to like come and get him and all sorts of stuff, and
And
it's just like when
You said they took it down? They better have.
yeah, they took his account down, but he was on there for almost 25 minutes doing it,
Jeez.
like just running the knife everywhere across his body, and I mean, he was having a mental break, and people have been like just horrible comments and retweeting it and posting it, and I'm just like, every time I see it or see a clip of it or anything, I've just been like reporting it, because that's just not, that's somebody's mental health, right? And then to hear about Ted too, and then the drive-through in Mexico on a live stream, somebody got shot up at, and the world. I think this is what the handbasket they were talking about. When they say hell, go to hell in the handbasket. This is what the world's coming to right now, I think.
That's why I think it's important to
spread some
just
love.
Yeah, and that's why I think it's important to just even if you for people that don't really have much time, to just try to just even acknowledge people just in chat goes a long way, because some people go places because they like to be heard. Not everybody has a lot of friends and people they can talk to too. And I regret it not speaking to some people that I've known in my life that I could have spoken to, and you don't even realize it. A 2-minute conversation could save somebody's life. So
really
I try to
can.
keep that in mind.
Yeah, and it's like there's nothing better than in your life than to just let it go. Let everything go. If somebody did you wrong, let it go, because if it's taking up anger inside of you, it's doing you more harm than anything. When you're holding those things on, there's a mind-body connection to everything, right? So when you are holding on to the angst of somebody did you wrong like 5 years ago, really, do you think that they think about that every time? They probably don't even know they did something wrong to you. Have the adult discussion and either discuss it and squash it, or just let it go and move on. Because it's not worth the time of your life to have that. Everything comes back, and the more negative that you think about, the more negative will be drawn to you. Like attracts like, right?
Yep, I agree with that 100%.
Put out good energy will come to you, and it'll just keep flowing. So when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you do is just raise that vibration by just raise your frequency and just be like grateful for like, hey, thanks, sun. Thanks for waking me up. Thanks for the air I'm breathing. Before you even put your feet to the ground, say thank you for something, because you woke up. How many people don't wake up every morning? So, I mean, you woke up. It's the first thing that I'm grateful for, just waking up. Thank you. Grand rising sun. And open the window and just say grand rising. Catch the sun on your face. Because then that starts a positive movement through your day. Because you've ever noticed, like, if you go and like you bash your foot in the morning, and then you're like, oh, and then you go and you spill your coffee on yourself, and then you freaking lock your keys. It's a snowball effect. So have the reverse snowball of just sunshine just rolling, right?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. That's funny.
And it is. It's the Rev is a Reverend, so it's Reverend Michelle. The Reverend doctors. I'm going for my doctor soon, but yeah, I know I got a practitioner and Reverend in spiritual science, so that's like the new thought, ageless wisdom. So it's just kind of like using all the religions from Allah to, like, God, to Jesus, to the man in the tinfoil hat. Like, it's all of them when you look down to even Buddha and like the Stoicism. That all of them have the same stories and the same principles behind those stories.
Mm-hmm.
And, they've all got different things, but they're all the same. And they all come down to do unto others as you'd have them do unto you, to the main practical things, the universal laws, right? So, yeah, quiet your mind when you need to hear an answer, and you'll probably hear it. Prayer, power of prayer, man. Meditation. Take a minute to just take a minute and breathe.
Yeah.
And then get back into your day. So appreciate you.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful for you, and blessings to you and your family.
You too, and thank you for
So
calling too.
I'm out. Yes, you needed to have a record night. Come on. You can't have a no call night. So much love from Canada. Take care. Bye-bye.
Shouts Michelle, and love from me to you. I appreciate it. Yeah. Very, very very good words from Michelle. Sometimes we need to hear that too, and I appreciate her calling too. The one and only call tonight. I appreciate it. It's been a chill night too. I don't mind if people don't call though either. It's a chill night, and then that's a opportunity to just hop off for the night anyway. It's about that time anyways. Hey, how you doing, KK? Big welcome. She says, exactly, I just lost my dad a week ago, so it's like day by day. And I was just going to say drops of water too, one day at a time. KK, man, much love. Dang, my condolences. I hate to hear that. My freaking Funko Pops keep falling off the wall. I got to get a shelf for those things pretty soon. My condolences, though, KK, man. I'm so sorry to hear that. That's tough. One day at a time, though. Drops of water is all you can do. It's all you can do. And if you guys ever need somebody to reach out, or you guys anybody ever need somebody to talk to, you're more than welcome to shoot me a text, shoot me an email. I'm not always the best, when it comes to, responding right away. But I do try to respond. The guy says juice for president. Stop it. No way. Hey, I believe one day I will get there. Hey, much love to you, Angie. Good to see you. And tell your dad said hello. Give him a hug for me. And you're in my prayers as well. I hope all's been well. And I hope you feel better, too, because I know you were saying you were... Yeah, Justin, that's why I wasn't trying to go down that road. Because I know people agree, people disagree when it comes to religions being all the same. That's not really what she said, but... Yeah, and that's why I didn't want to even get in on that. But she did not say that all religions are the same. Okay, that's not what she meant. But it's okay. We won't go down that road. Guys, I want to bless you guys all for being here. I want to thank you guys all for chiming in with me tonight. I appreciate all the love and support tonight, as usual. You guys are very wonderful people. I wouldn't trade, my chat for anybody's at all. Love, and enjoy all the people chiming in here. And I'll continue to pray for everybody that's going through hard times. And let's do the same. And I hope the same for myself. I hope you guys keep me in your prayers as well. God bless you guys all for being here tonight. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday night. Actually, really going into a lovely Wednesday morning. Get well rested, folks. Rest is important, even though for me, I don't take it seriously, but I will at some point because it's just going to come and bite me in the butt if I don't. God bless you guys all. I hope you guys have a very blessed night, guys. I'll see y'all in the next one. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Have a good night, guys. I'm going to get myself to bed here.
We won't bow down.
It's your boy, the boy, the Juice.
Call it peace, call it class. But I see who they wave through. And I see who they ask to move. Porch lights on the same old block. Same old story, same old talk. If your skin says you don't belong, they can make a wrong look strong. But the fences don't define us, and the fear they feel will blind us. Every face they try to hide still stands right here tonight. Keep us out, keep us out. Keep us out. We know what that is about. Keep us out, keep us out. We won't bow down. Keep us out, keep us out. Keep us out. Your fear won't right the route. Keep us out, keep us out. We won't bow down. Names get tossed like stones from a driveway built on loans. They pointed brown hands first, then pretend they don't rehearse. But the steps on every street carry more than whitewashed dreams. We belong where we stand, no permission in our hands. Yeah, and the silence won't protect you when the pattern keeps on showing. Every wall they build in pride makes the truth come back alive. Keep us out, keep us out. Keep us out. We know what that is about. Keep us out, keep us out. We won't bow down, 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 down. Keep us out, keep us out. Keep us out. Your fear won't right the route. Keep us out, keep us out. We won't bow down, 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 down. Let it crack, let it show. Every lie they try to grow, one by one, the voices rise till the whole thing can't disguise. Keep us out, keep us out. Keep us out. We know what that is about. Keep us out, keep us out. We won't bow down, 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 down. Keep us out, keep us out. Keep us out. Your fear won't right the route. Keep us out, keep us out. We won't bow down, 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 down,
Chatters on YouTube Live, sharing their opinions, sharing their lives, enjoying good conversation. We are laughing and chatting and having a good time. They slide to me just to stir the room, drop a little poison and they run from the truth. Try to bait the crowd for a cheap little show, but the whole chat knows what they came here for. What about them trolls? What about them trolls? What about them trolls? What about them trolls? We won't feed that noise. What about them trolls? What about them trolls? What about them trolls? What about them trolls? We keep it moving on. Yeah. Chatters get angry and frustrated, want the trolls gone, but rage is a fire and they love when it burns long. Lonely and angry, no outlet, no control. Looking for a crack, trying to steal your soul. Chatters must rise above the nuisance and chaos. Hold the line, stay calm, don't let them bait us. Pray for the ones who only know the dark. Maybe one soft word can reach a broken heart. Chatters on YouTube Live, sharing their opinions, sharing their lives. We choose peace tonight. What about them trolls?
for them trolls.